Did you know that Spotify makes a playlist every week just for you? Every Monday, you get a fresh playlist of 30 songs based on others that you love. It's called Discover Weekly, and you can play it right now. But remember, the playlist changes every week, so when you hear something that pricks up your ears, hit that heart button to easily find it again. Tap the banner to start discovering. What's better than something awesome? Lots of awesome things all wrapped up in one awesome package. With Spotify Premium, you get all sorts of awesome features. Unlimited skips, on-demand play, offline mode, extreme audio quality, connection to almost every device, and uninterrupted music. Tap the banner to learn more.
Turn to a savage, probably got fatter. She call me daddy. Smoking that gas, going that silence. She on a powder. Nowadays I am on my head, I got sadder. Money got longer, speaker got louder, car got faster. Turn to a savage, probably got fatter. She call me daddy. Smoking that gas, going that silence. She on a powder. Nowadays I am on my head, I got sadder. Money got longer, speaker got louder, car got faster. So all down on spoiled. Yeah. My love been so spoiled. Yeah. I rub her down in oil. Yeah. I got money now, you know it. Yeah. Diamonds on my tip. Yeah. Y'all say that I fun. Yeah. Chris Brown said these hoes ain't loyal.
Hello. What is up, VOD? Straight to YouTube, people who are on it. Yeah, 6 minutes in. Hello, Shredda. How you doing? Let's transition. Excuse the plane above me. Thank you for the follow. Made it just in time for the intro. Wow. Yay, we actually used the command. Yeah, so that's just a quick little thing about me and how my relationship with tarot is. If you would like a reading, let me know. I'm sure that that's what the join command is for, so I haven't put in a join command yet, but if you are here and you are wanting a tarot reading, I'm more willing to give you one. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm here. I'm not as connected to the energies as most readers. I am very new to this in terms of reading for strangers, as it says in the command. The way I do things is, just as an example, I do... Can you see that? Let's just pull that up a sec. Okay. So I do 2 forms of readings. I do normal 3 spread, past, present, future. So that's past, present, future for you. And then sometimes, if people would like, I give them a top card to talk about what they're thinking about, and a bottom card to talk about what they're not thinking about or what they're potentially ignoring. So I've done readings at parties and on the side with my friends. We can ask a question. We'll still go through the set of 3 or 5 concerning that question or concerning the situation if you'd like. Yeah, so we'll go with which deck you want first. So we've got 3 options. I don't have many. Got the Rider-Waite, which is the OG traditional. Okay. Sorry, the Twitch just crashed for a second? Are we back? Are we back? I got your question. What your career life is gonna be like. You can pick the deck. Okay, we'll do... We'll do the Housewives Tarot for you, Shredda. Sorry, that was weird. It just weirdly crashed, so I hope you're okay. We'll do three card spread. Just straight up career. Okay, cool. In the meanwhile, like, you know, thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me practice. We got Death to begin with. And the way I shuffle, King of Swords, Logic. So just, that was quick. Oh, that was quick. All swords. Not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, swords should stop being seen as like a negative aspect of the tarot, because they do speak of a lot of good in terms of logic and thinking through things and being, you know, cool. We're just about to start it, so I'm glad you're still here. Yeah, pretty much. It could be big dick energy in terms of like good energy, but also like a douche's energy, like someone who's mean and evil. So you wanted a reading based on career, so that's kind of interesting how no pentacles showed up. Okay, so from what I'm getting, so we did to past, present, future, but these two popped out at the same time, so I'm gonna have to read them both at the same time when it comes up. The death obviously does not symbolize real death or actual people dying. It does mainly symbolize an ending for a certain situation, or an ending in a way of thinking, or an ending in the way that you are going to be perceiving certain things. Just as a thing for me, I don't do tarot to tell the future per se. It's just getting because I'm not as strong with the energies, and I don't have like a deity to kind of go to when I'm doing tarot. Tarot is like a way for me to get a different perspective on a situation. It's kind of like to help me anchor myself towards certain places when I'm feeling a bit lost. And if you're feeling lost about career or getting a job, it seems like the death card would be an ending for you. So it could have been school, it could have been another job that ended that you got maybe fired from or you quit. So choosing to move on to something new, or being told by the universe to move on to something new. Present energy in terms of career, the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very good energy to have when you're thinking about wanting to reach a career or looking for a new career, because at least for this deck it talks about being stubborn, judgmental, and blunt, which are all things that you need to be you need to be putting yourself in, because you don't want to just put yourself in any job, right? You don't want to just pick the next thing that comes up. You want to be in a place that gives you decent pay, a place that treats you well, a place that you can be happy working in. And you know, it's not going to be 100% perfect, and it's not going to be beautiful the whole time. Like, it will be hard work. That's where the king energy comes from, you know, the highest of the suit of swords. It's very fun to think that you can be the most logical perceiving individual out there. So like, maybe you're coming up with that energy in yourself to think of things thoroughly and think of things through, and just being strong in what you're trying to figure out. And it's a good thing to have like logic and intelligence when it comes to looking for jobs and looking for work, because sometimes emotions can get the better of us, and sometimes emotions don't really lead us to the most financially stable opportunities or places. So that's good. something ended, you're gonna take your best to be the most responsible or the smartest person that you can for the situation. And in the future, you would be looking at the Four of Swords, which talks about retreat, revitalization, and reinvention, as well as the Queen, which is about being a sharp-tongued, stern, and mournful. I actually want to read you the Queen's definition in the book. Queen has seen her share of hardships and sorrow. Never fears, she's pulled herself through the dark days by being tough as nails, with cast iron will and a sharp wit. So I feel like that's what you're going to be doing. I like the Four of Swords with this because it's as if you've noticed the struggle from here, like all the way from here. You've taken that strong energy as being the top, but you're also going towards the energies that came before, or the cards that came before. Like, look, she is holding a giant pair of garden clippers and cutting the rose, which is usually like a good promising sign, or like a sign of love, for example, and it's cutting the dude's head off, which means, like, visually, if you're going to take the visual symbolism, cutting off like negative and toxic things away from you. So that's really nice, because it seems like you're going to be cutting away all the BS of certain jobs, certain promises, like you'll know directly what you want. And this one, the Four of Swords, in terms of reinvention and revitalization, you're going to be someone completely different from where this end was. So I think in terms of career, what the tarot is telling me to tell you is that your past actions and your past efforts are ended, or should have come to an end, and now you're looking for a new way to approach finding work, to approach which work you want to start doing, and essentially like what you're going to do with that energy. And at the end of the future, or in the coming future, which I think is soon enough, you'll find a new way to approach it. You'll find your whole, like, sometimes it's about finding a work persona, right? Like trying to figure out who you want to be in an office, where you want to start working, and like what you want to start working towards. So I feel like that's what's happening here in the future. You're going to find something new to help yourself progress through what this new career is, because you've ended the previous one already. So it's not more about like what career is going to happen, it's just how you're going to be approaching it, which should start to change, and what you should be focusing on, I guess. So yeah, quick recap. Like, maybe you were in one line of work, that's done. The old working you is done. Now it's time to think really hard and really blunt about what you want to do next for the future, and making those hard decisions, which this energy is very good for. Now you got to cut away all of those things in the past that isn't going to help you now. Tendencies such as, you know, going late to work. I mean, I'm not saying you do this, but like, it just as an example, being late to work, or not looking at the roster, or not putting as much effort during the shift as you can, and reinventing yourself into something that will be like the Queen of Swords. If that makes sense. Whew. It feels nice doing the first. It feels nice getting the first one out, doing the first reading, honestly. Cause wow, I was very nervous getting on today. Very nervous hopping on, which is a bit freaky. Good that it makes sense. So yeah, you did start a job. Nice. What sector is it in? What type of work are you doing? You don't have to tell me exactly what it is. I'm just curious, like what realm you're kind of working in. And honestly, I've been entertainment, nice. So like, oh, I can't. That's prying. But like, if you're a streamer, like, you might as well. You have to have a new image, right? Because when I started this, like, maybe I think I've only been streaming for like a month. All right, I'm streaming. No, dude, that's fair. But like, yeah, it's scary. I've had to change so many things about. That's fair. But I'm ashamed to call that work. It's, well, as long as you're gaining from it, right? I don't think anyone can blame you. Because, to be fair, who wouldn't want to stream for a living? If you grew up watching people on YouTube and streaming and doing all that stuff, it's kind of like why I'm doing it. And tarot's like one fun thing that I can do on stream as well. And the main thing that I was nervous about is that I actually shared my stream to people today. I've never posted about it to friends or whatnot because I kind of wanted to just grow a new community from nothing and just feel like just like-minded people coming together. But gave it a shot. We got a couple people who followed me last night, which was nice. I can't wait to become an affiliate. Yeah, so far I've gotten very nice people coming onto the stream. One of the streamers that I did jump into, we jumped into this stream at a very bad time because it was a really heavy reading. And I don't blame the reader because the reader's just doing what the cards are saying, but it was just like, it's completely different from how I read tarot, right? I would assume that she was some sort of, I would assume she was an actual divineer and actually, you know, reading energies or feeling energies come to her. But that was just weird. But it was fun because like her following readings were a lot nicer. And I get that, you know, not all readings are going to be nice. It was just crazy to jump into. Okay. Well, if you would like another one in terms of a different aspect or just in general, I'm more than happy to do so. So people have not shown up yet, which is fine. But if you don't mind, I would just... I gotta keep something on the screen for the people who watch the YouTube stuff. And people do watch the VODs, so I gotta make it interesting for them a little bit. Also, I don't want to be bored. I'm looking to make a little lion out of Lego. I do Lego and tarot just for downtime. Oh, sometimes what I used to really do as well, I just what do you call it? I just drew out specific random cards and just did whatever. I do have a Discord as well. Thank you. God, you're the most you're the most active person that uses the commands. And I guess that's what happens when I put the commands out there. You know, while you're here, I'll just do a reading for myself, I guess. Like, it wouldn't hurt. And if anyone else pops up in the stream at this time, pops up in the stream while I'm doing this, you can just ask in the chat. The readings are free. I'm just practicing and feeling pretty good about that start. Yeah, just practicing tarot and just seeing where it goes. I love being able to make stories out of the cards. I love being able to learn more about people and seeing how they project onto the cards. It's very fun when someone's very open into it, but it's also like, at least for me, because I'm not a diviner, I'm not an expert, right? I don't want to accidentally lead people the wrong way because of something I don't know. So in terms of those people that like to throw themselves into it very quickly with me, I like to pull them back and say, hey, you know, I'm not this person. I'm not trained in it whatsoever. This is a hobby thing, so I have to pull them back and say, don't think about this too much. You have your own, like with all readings, you have your own agency, you have your own things to go to. And yeah. I have permission to see all information stuff. OJK, message history. Rules and housekeeping is blank. Okay, we can fix that. Lance. Shredda, if you're Trotsky, thank you so much for coming onto the Discord. It's still pretty quiet. We're still growing. We're still doing a couple things. We still chilling out, trying to figure out what's happening with it, but thanks. Hopefully this goes somewhere nice. Because I would like to have a little place where we can just like talk about games and shit. Your government name. Fun. I don't know, people, like, I'm assuming your government name's just your legal name. It'd be funny if it was, though. It's not a bad name, even if it isn't. The question is, did I put anything in the rules and housekeeping? Whatever. Nice. Are we allowed to do that? In terms of like, if we're learning a new language, are we allowed to just pick up a name? I would be very nervous if I've had to. I wouldn't know. It's like starting a new account. I don't know what to name myself sometimes. Trotsky's nice. It's not a bad name. It kind of reminds me of a YouTuber I watched though. If anyone knows Hat Films, and you know Trotimus, that's the one. But if we're gonna go into this reading that I just had, or these cards that popped out, I actually should read a bit on what it says. So we know the Fool card. The Fool card's a very good card for the beginning because it's the 0, right? It's the beginning of the journey. And this deck is really nice as well because if you look at the Fool, I don't know if you can see that properly. There are little swirls of wind around him from the butterfly. And you got the lion, and you got the alligator and the sun coming out. The bird, the phoenix. Oh, it's not a phoenix. It's a sword with the wings on the hilt, which is pretty lit. You know, the Fool's a very good energy for starts because it's just jumping into something new. And then you got the Six of Pentacles, which talks about success, reward, or aid from someone powerful in a powerful position to find success at work. Coins represent a benefactor or prosperity. You know, so that's like being successful towards something, having actual monetary gain that comes through with it. And then the Eight of Cups, which is a bit of a heavy card. It talks about indolence, emotional overload, giving too much of ourselves, stagnation, lack of initiative, recognizing emotional limits, and setting boundaries. So, if we were talking about myself for this reading, it would be more... because I would see this as like a streaming thing, right? Because I did start streaming, this is a nice little thing to project that onto. Like, it's a very good start, very hopeful. It's got amazing potential. If I just jump straight into it, it's very nice to have unlimited bounds and like a not never ending, but like a very strong sense of passion whenever you come into something new. And new stuff are always fun because there's stuff to learn about it, yes, but there's also a lot of different ways it can go, a lot of really nice ways that it can go. And then the Six of Pentacles in terms of success, yeah, gaining a little bit of success. I did get my first donation a couple weeks ago, so that could be it. Like, still coming off of the high of that. And then maybe I will get to that point where I can become an affiliate and I can start getting people subscribing and I can get like a good audience coming through. And I don't need it to be big, I just want it to be small enough where it's like a nice little community to talk about games and stuff like that. So that could be like where the success is coming, or how I perceive my own success, or where I want success to be. And the Eight of Cups in terms of indolence and walking away from certain things, it could be walking away from insecurities that I had about streaming, walking away from maybe even certain people in my life who see this as like a weird, like whack hobby, which is, I haven't gotten that yet, thank God, but you know, it potentially could happen. It could also just be being burnt out from streaming because I have free time now, so I'll be streaming a lot more, working on that for fun, and it's just, you know, potentially it could be too much. Potentially I could jump into these things way too hard. So it's a nice little warning. I really appreciate that, and I shouldn't, you know, stagnate myself too much on certain things, but that's something that I can stop. Like with All Tarot, you have the agency to do the exact opposite of the reading or follow through with what the reading is supposed to say. So that would be cool for that to be one of the things that I can challenge and I can potentially work against. And not work against is like I'm trying to fight it, but like try to prevent it from happening. Let's see, so that's not bad. That's pretty positive. Again, in terms of just being able to just project onto it, it's pretty fun to do tarot. Sorry, I just need to fix something with the Discord. Delete, change permission, delete webhooks. I'll not be able to send messages. Yeah, that can be fixed in no time. Alright. Hello, Daphids, Fids. How you doing? Would you like a tarot reading? I'm doing some tarot practice if you'd like. Oh, good. We got commands. We got new people doing stuff. Just let me know. Let me know if you'd want one. I've got 3 decks to work for. I do one type of spread, which is past, present, future, but you can add a thing that you are thinking about or a thing that you are ignoring to the spread, so that's 5 cards total if you would like. Just for everyone who's here, we've got the Sun and Moon Tarot, which is what I like to call the Kingdom Hearts deck because they're such airy, nice, beautiful, lovely, light cards. They're so good. Like, honestly, like, the fantasy aspect of this deck is so off the charts for me. It took me a while to kind of get in tune with this deck, because the first time I bought it, the energies were just everywhere. It could be because I was in Queenstown and I was having a very good time, but, you know, just hard to kind of link with it. Oh, I like that emote. I like that emote a lot. Cool. Past, present, future for you, Daphids. Which deck would you like? So that's the Kingdom Hearts one. This is the original Rider-Waite. Old classic art. Very, again, detailed and beautiful. I use beautiful a lot for my decks because all my decks are beautiful, and I would not pick them up if I, wasn't, linking with them like thing. Just like you. What's up, Sean? Thank you. You are beautiful too. And then the first deck, okay. I'll just show you this one anyway. This is the Housewives Tarot, which is old school TV dinner kind of art. A lot of good 80s art here. Very American, Midwestern American, the American dream kind of thing, nuclear family. Those types of themes are what's strong with the deck, but we'll get you the Sun and Moon Tarot. We'll get you the Senor Kingdom Hearts ones. Not the Sir Kingdom Hearts ones, but the Kingdom Hearts one. If you have any questions for the deck, or you want to like put up any questions for that, that'd be nice. You don't have to. It can just be a good general reading with 3 past, present, and future cards. Sorry, 3 cards total, 1 each being past, present, and future. Just to remind you, I am not a diviner. For everyone who's going to be on the stream, that's going to be said a lot. I cannot do, or at least I am not trained to do future readings. I'm not in tune with the energies as other tarot readers are. I'm still learning in terms of reading for other people, but I have been within this interest for about 2 years now. I think about 2 years, 2 or 3, I think. And I've been doing readings for myself. I've been doing readings for my friends, and at parties and stuff like that, or whenever people come around. That's gonna do it. I've never had this card pop up, the 3 of Pentacles. For you. So 3 of Pentacles in the past. From what I can remember, 3 of Pentacles talks about work and people admiring your work. So this dude is not necessarily... So he's... I gotta keep it shuffling. So to quickly interrupt, just the point. I shuffle cards until cards pop out. I'd like the energies to do the work there for me because I don't want to have any of my biases coming in to pick out cards at random. It takes a while sometimes if the energies don't really link that quickly, but like for people like for Shredda or Trotsky in the chat, for example, their cards just flow out straight away. So like there's a quick connection there. It's really easy to just jump in and have cards just pop out. But for you, Daphids, at this point, it's taking a bit of time. 10 of Cups, which is beautiful. The dream card coming true in traditional tarot is just it's like, for me, at least for me, it's the card that I would like to keep showing up in my readings. It's what I aspire to be, or what my dream of is. Sati, which is nice. So at least for traditional tarot, the Ten of Cups is your dreams coming true. So happy wife, happy kids, happy husband, happy family. You got the dog, you got the house, you know, what traditional dreams were. Nowadays, it can be anything from emotional fulfillment because it's the cups, or it can also be just passionate fulfillment in work or in life. It's just something coming to fruition and making you feel very, very happy, very fulfilled, and very excited. And because the Three of Pentacles was in the past, I feel like you're putting in work towards something. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial, as you know, because it's a pentacle. Like, it can be a love thing for you if you want it to be a love thing. And you're probably experiencing that now because that's in the present part, right? But if it is work, like, it's the Three of Pentacles talks about putting in the work, putting in something that people would be able to admire in the future, and your goal wasn't necessarily to make people admire what you were doing. It would have just been something that was visual to people to see. So I thought a card flew out for a second. So that's very fun, very nice. Just waiting for that last card to come out, see what the tarot wants to think about for your future, focus on your future. And yeah, again, tarot is a projection tool for me. Tarot is a tool in which I can get a new perspective on a situation. I would like it to be a future reading tool, or like something that can predict the future, but I'm not there yet. I don't think I will be for a very long time until I put more work into it. Yeah. And when it comes to love as well, it doesn't have to be love as in relationship love. It could be love with friends, love with family, yeah, love with yourself. Ace of Swords. So, actually I want to check up on that one, because that's kind of interesting to me. I haven't seen that one in a while. Especially for this deck, which is nice. Power, strength, mental clarity, creative thinking, symbolizing receptive spirit, two sons expressing ideas, renewal, transformation. Okay, cool. So it sounds like you were in a journey of some sort that where you wanted to change. You wanted to make something happen for you because you were tired of what was happening, or you were tired of what you were being perceived as, or there's just something that felt bearing on you in terms of the Three of Pentacles that would have wanted you to pursue some sort of work, to pursue some sort of craft, or just generally putting the work into something, right? Because that's usually where everything starts. You feel bad about something, so you don't want to feel bad anymore, so you start doing something about it, right? Great start, beautiful thing to do, beautiful thing to it's a very normal thing to happen. But that work led you towards the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. So whatever it was, examples could be working towards a job, you getting the job and you being promoted and then working forward towards it. That could be one thing that's happening to you, or that could be a thing that's going to happen. In terms of like relationships, you were working on, you know, just being friends with someone first, and then things have blossomed, and now you have this whole emotional stability and emotional connection there. Or like, at least what I would perceive this to be, if it was my reading, for example, it would be just turning yourself around and like seeing that you are in a state where you don't like to be, and then just helping yourself, like going through legit self-help guides and books and going through that jazz in order to get to this point. And I want to tell you, sometimes people don't feel this. They don't feel the Ten of Cups straight away. Like, it's just something that they assume would be the greatest thing in the world. But sometimes the Ten of Cups can be very subtle, but it can make you feel stable and relaxed and like prepared. And because of that, because you put in the work and now built yourself up into the situation, you can move on to something new. You can move on to some sort of change that can push you somewhere else, right? So you set out your basis here, you set out your foundation, your groundwork, and now you can pursue the next steps with the Ace of Swords. Ace being the first thing of the first card of the suit for Pentacles, Cups, Wands, and Swords. Pentacles, Cups, Wands, and Swords. Yeah. So that means you should be looking to actually pursue that new thing that you wanted to pursue. I think there's a next step for you here that you might know now about, or you might feel that is there. Trust that you have built the foundation for it. Trust that the work that you put in here has put you in this situation here with the 10 of Cups, fulfillment, you know. And again, you're not going to feel like the entirety of that fulfillment. It's just if you take a step back and you notice what's around you, you are there. And now with that, you can take that next step. Yeah, so recap, you put in the work, you have now reached some sort of emotional fulfillment from the work, or where it is now, or maybe you need to take a step back and notice the emotional fulfillment that's come from that work. Now you can have this next step. Now you can pursue something else, pursue the next thing that you were looking forward towards, and you'll be fine, and you'll be like, it'll be good for you. Not good for you, but like it'll be something that's like, it's the next thing is there for you. So have confidence in that. And yeah, I mean, if you need to take a step back and just notice how good things are going, definitely do that, because it's important to look and see where you are, and that everything around you, even if like when you're focused on one thing that's stressing you out is too much, there's other things out there. So yeah, I hope you like that. A very positive reading. Nice, cool. That's really good. I like that. So thank you for letting me do your reading. Shredda, if you're here too, if you're still here, thank you for letting me do your reading. I forgot to thank you, because, you know, tarot can be very heavy for some people. So having this opportunity to do some readings for strangers is one thing that I, you know, it's a good thing that I'm doing, because some people can't afford it. But it's also like, I thank the opportunity. So if anyone else is there who would like a reading, just let me know. Readings are open. There's nothing really stopping you from saying that you want one, unless you're nervous. But don't worry, I am not a diviner, so even if your reading isn't good and you don't like it, you know, you don't gotta take it. Same goes for every other reader. Sometimes their readings are a bit heavy and they don't make sense, but that could just be one-off reading, or it just wasn't meant for you, or that energy could have been for a different reader. A different client, excuse me. Ooh. Oh, I feel so much better now. 3 down. 3 readings down, I feel good. Feeling some sort of flow, which is good. So yeah, if anyone would like a reading, just let me know. If anyone wants one card out and just go through certain things, if anyone has any questions about tarot and how to like get started, especially if you're someone who's just brand new to it, go for it. Oh, thanks for the follow, Taffets. Really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed your reading. For everyone else that is new here, coming through, I like playing with Lego. It's just a fun little downtime thing, especially when there's not a lot of people and it's just like a little chill stream. It's just nice to have. I hope everyone else in chat is doing pretty decent. I hope we're doing okay. I'm going to open this now. Why didn't I do it earlier? My brother's asleep, so I don't want to be a douche, but it's way too dark. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone likes the Undertale music. I actually finished Undertale yesterday on stream, which was very fun. I keep forgetting how good that game is, like straight up. There's so many things that I forgot about that just destroyed me emotionally, like in a good way, and just made me so excited that I haven't played like a full game in such a long time. Anyone curious as well? We're building tigers. Oh, also, if Sean is here, I'm curious, how are you finding Genshin, my guy? Because I, personally, love that game. Oops. Yep, 2. Have you bought anyone yet? Pretty fun game? Yeah. Yeah, it's quite fun. It's so good for like just downtime, just chilling and doing nothing for like a good couple hours. Nice. Oh, you just started. I've played a couple hours. I've played quite a bit of hours now. Am I proud? Not really. 2 days ago. Okay, cool. Who do you have? Have you been able to draw yet? Or swipe? Or summon? Or wish? Whatever people call it nowadays. Because I've gotten pretty decent draws. Which makes me like think they're gonna like draw me in and make me actually pay for stuff, but I don't want to. Where's that? 1, 2, 4. I've gotten a few summons paid to win. I didn't pay to win. I haven't paid. I don't have the money. Oh shoot, you're quick. Rank 13 already. It took me like a week to get to rank. I'm 21 now. That was a couple hours as well. Wow, you're moving fast, my guy. Oh shoot. Just on the 3rd second. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about a game called Genshin Impact. If you know anything about games, it's literally just Breath of the Wild, but for weebs. It's very fun. I don't work during the day, so I have a bit of free time. Nice. Yeah, it's the gacha game, Lance. You should try it out. Would recommend. Also, Sean, if you would like a reading, just let me know. I know Lance doesn't want one because he's studying, but it's chill that he's here. Cool. Let me finish step 1. I haven't fucking done it yet. Also, dude, I hope you're doing alright. I hope things at work aren't going too stressful. Things are doing okay. I haven't seen you in a bit. That is step 1. We've gotten nowhere. Which deck would you like, my guy? Would you like the Kingdom Hearts, Original Tarot, or the Housewives? I really should be calling it the Rider Waite. It's disrespectful to to not know the name. And would you like a 3 spread, 5 spread, some bread spread? Original would be nice. Cool. Original is always fun because upside down cards actually can be read. Tuna spread's pretty decent. I'll go with 3 cards. Okay. Man, have you tried liver spread? I love that. Liver spread's so good. Or for the cultured folk out there, pate. Ugh. Also, actually, shout outs to Sean in the chat, Sanzak for anyone here. He streams as well. Doesn't have much time because of work, but he's a very skilled boy, very skilled with the games. I was watching him play Star Wars the last time he streamed, and he was also playing, I forgot what you were playing, the gun game, the very fun one. The very brutal looking one. That was really fun to watch as well. Queen of Swords. So as earlier, very good at cutting things out, very good at figuring out what to do. One step to the king in terms of intelligence, but it's, you know, she's the queen, she works with the king, so it's very strong. Magician, manifesting a future, manifesting a new beginning. So you have an opportunity to start somewhere, you have an opportunity for some sort of new beginning, which is lit. So whatever it be, it could be a relationship with someone, it can be maybe opportunities at jobs or school. There's, again, 2 cards came out at the same time. Got the Hangman. This is the second time we're reading it like this, which is interesting. So you have Hangman, straight up. You have 2 major arcanas out of 3 cards that was supposed to come out, but 4 cards popped out. I actually want to read thoroughly through this because this is interesting. This is fun. So Queen of Swords talks about widowhood, female sadness and embarrassment, absence, sterility, mourning, privation, separation. Really? That's the Queen of Swords? I thought it was a lot stronger than that, or a lot more positive than that. So it could be like a female figure in your life who was saddened by certain things happening, certain events that may have changed, but that could have led to a new thing. Right, so, you know, that really old classic saying, when one door closes, another opens, that could be what leads to this. So there was something that made someone sad or made an individual sad. It could be you as well, like, oh, the music's kind of loud. Sure, we can lower it. Cool, let me know how that sounds. With that adjusted. This is me talking now, just going through the motions. Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, if you didn't hear that, or if it was hard to hear, the Queen... Let's move the mic a bit closer. The Queen of Swords is a sad figure. A widowed, not widowed, but widowing woman. Widower? That's the word. Saddened by something that happened. The only thing I can think about is like, and I don't want to like air your laundry out on the stream because it's not a thing that I don't think you would like me to do. But there's like a woman figure in life who was sad that you moved out, right? Sad because of the opportunity you took. But that's in your past now, and you're moving on from that. You know, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. You can tell me if it's wrong, if it feels wrong. But also, you don't have to take the reading if you don't want. You know, if the message doesn't click with you. But that's where this Magician comes in, is that it's starting a new thing. You can start, you're essentially like starting from scratch, but now you have the potential and the, actually straight up, it's just endless potential to do anything. So you have the choice now to make what you want out of your life and what you can do, which is very cool. I like that card, the Magician, because it just tells you that you have the energy, you have the power, you have the agency to move on with what is next for you. So now I'm confused by the Hangman, which talks about wisdom, trials, circumception, discernment, sacrifice, intuition, divination, and prophecy, with the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about mediocrity in work and otherwise, puerility, pettiness, and weakness. So maybe in the future you're gonna have some sort of conflict with someone I guess someone judging the way you work, or judging your work ethic and your work efforts. Because mediocrity in work and otherwise, pettiness and weakness. So I'm not saying this is you, but this is where like an argument can stem from, or like the beginnings of that argument. Also, the other thing with like the hangman, it talks about intuition and prophecy. Well, actually, sacrifice, intuition, and prophecy. Those are the key things for this one, I think, because you probably have made sacrifices that not a lot of people understand, or not a lot of people don't really connect with in a way, right? So like your sacrifice, like someone else's sacrifice could be, just as an example, someone sacrificing like fast food for a day is different to someone sacrificing fast food for a month. So people would judge, like if that dude has been eating fast food, the dude who sacrificed fast food for a day, that could be very big for them because they've been eating fast food the rest of their life. While the person who sacrificed fast food for a month may have only did it because they don't eat fast food at all, so they just wanted a challenge or whatever. That's like a completely different but like easier sacrifice, even if they sound different, right? The month one sounds a lot harder, but like given a context of a situation, if it was an easy context, it wouldn't link into that. I sacrificed the blood of my unborn child, so I guess that fits. Probably. And now you can just go with that. So yeah, I like it because you moved away from something that was probably very hard to be with, and now you have unlimited potential. But like even with this coming up, you can still have this potential with you. You know, you still have this agency, you still have this power, you still have what's around it. If it's a bad reading, tell me. But yeah, I quite like it, honestly. Maybe also for the hangman, like there might be a perspective that you might not necessarily usually go to understand certain things. Does that make sense? Sounds like me. To be fair, me too. I am petty as fuck, so I cannot blame you for that. But yeah, I think this one just, there's your usual way of working through something might not be the best way for whatever situation's coming up. Maybe you have to find a different perspective on how to deal with certain things, or a certain person that isn't working at work. That's it. I think that's all I'm getting. The more I talk, I think the more it'll get muddled. So yeah, new perspective. You have so much potential, and you moved away from something. Perfect. Very nice. Thank you for letting me do your reading. And if anyone is new here or just popping by, if you want a reading, just tell me. I'll do one for you. We're doing it for freezies here because I'd like to practice, and there's not a high demand yet. So, I mean, let's be real. If there's a very high demand, like, I don't think I'll be able to do it all for free all in one stream. But right now we have the time. Right now we have the place. And if I drop all of my Legos, I'm gonna cry. Sorry, wait. Okay, that was just, I just muted it for the people who don't like the sounds. So just let me know if y'all want one, and if not, let's just go play with some Lego. I also hope everyone's having a pretty good day. I had a pretty decent day today. Popped my car in the shop because it needed just a tune-up, and the aircon's not working, and the driver's side door lock isn't working, Yeah, it doesn't need a tune-up. It needs a bit more. But, you know, struggles, we let them happen. So we're going to try to see if that gets sorted out today. Felt very good. Then had lunch with a friend, caught up with a friend. Very nice to know that she's doing alright. Especially with the news that she was giving me before we started eating food, which is a concern. But then, you know, now it's good. She's fine, don't worry. And now we're streaming. I was very nervous to start off the stream because it was my first time posting about it on my socials. Let's do Breath of the Wild music. Yeah. Also, my god, we are 9 followers away from being an affiliate. 9. Like, the dream is so close. Even though if there's, you know, a bigger hill next, but you know, I feel good. Hope everyone's, yeah. Hope we make it. So it goes there. And then a 4. 9. What do you mean no? What do you mean German no? What are we nining about? 3 and a 4. So 3 on this. Oh, that's a 3 on this side. And then a 4 on this side. Oh, y'all can't actually see that. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't know why I put it so close to the edge of the desk. My eyes need to see it. So that's a 4. I think that's the long one. So long to the, from here. Alright, the Zelda music's a bit low. Go Pokemon. Oh, no, where is it? I saw the Persona one just now. Rep. Persona Lo-Fi. Lowy. Nice. Cool. This is where I find out I messed up a thing. And that I'll be very sad. Oh my god, okay, starting over. We messed that one up. So it's 2, 6, 1, 3. yes. And then centered. Right, okay. And a 4. And then, shoot. 2 and a 3. Yeah, that was it. What the heck? What the heck, man? Oh, did I put it on the wrong side? What do you mean? Lego, what? Like, use go be actual Lego. And then it's 1 down. Sorry. Alright, there we go. It's such a weird thing to be saying, hey, there's tarot, but also Lego. It must be very confusing for people when they show up, but maybe we should just let them know. If you want a reading, just ask. Dun, 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 dun. Long title. But it'll do. So this one goes 4 towards what? 4 up on 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 up on 3. Okay. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. fell. Everything fell. What the heck? Starting over. Starting over. How did that even happen? Oh, if we don't have enough pieces by then, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm actually quite excited for Halloween this year because I'm actually I'm bringing my tarot to a Halloween party, and you know, people are gonna say, oh, spooky times, this should be fun, but then I can actually do readings for people and then they can actually like project and have fun with it. What's up, Raven Galactic? Namaste to you. Would you like a reading, or are you just here to kind of like just chill out and hang? Because at the moment, I'm doing readings for free if people want to do them. I got a 3-card and a 3 spread and a 5 spread. They are all past, present, futures, but the 5 spread just has a card you're thinking about and a card that you are, or something, or the 3rd card, which is the one I'll put underneath, is a card that talks about something you're not thinking about or something you're ignoring. We've got 3 decks. We've got the Sun and Moon Tarot, original classic Rider-Waite over here, and then we have the Housewives Tarot. So if you would like a reading, just let me know. I'm down to practice. I'm not a diviner. I'm not as in tune with the energy as everyone else who does tarot. 5 spread, my upcoming walkabout, but also chill. Cool. 5 spread for my upcoming walkabout. Need the Housewives. All right. All right. Let me just let's organize the table a bit better. Let's clean it up a second. Let's not muddle the energies with it. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoy the reading. I'm still kind of learning, still kind of figuring things out. I've been doing tarot for about 2, almost 3 years now. I took it up because I needed a way to deal with my thoughts and kind of gain a perspective on certain things. So I watched it on YouTube, saw some videos, quite liked the videos, and quite like having different perspectives on a situation, which is cool. Yeah, the Housewives is very retro. It's very like 80s TV dinner. It's a very nice deck. It's one of my, out of the 3, it's the one I would like to do the most readings with if I'm doing a reading for myself. I get to relate to it the most and just feel it come through. Plus, it's just beautiful. I'll just let you look at some of the cards because you might not get the chance. Oops, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that 10 of Cups. Look at the Lovers. It's so... Oh, it's upside down for you. But, like... It's beautiful. It's a beautiful deck. Okay. Let's do 5. King of Cups. Can I just clarify what a walkabout is? 5 of Cups. Very emotional so far. Actually, no, I'll search it up just because I am curious and I just don't want to mess anything up for this one. An informal stroll amongst the crowd conducted by an important visitor, right? Oh, a journey? Also, if you're Australian, that's what it means too? Cool. Just clarify with me which one it is. I assume it's with the important person walking about, like showing them around the space. So that's interesting. Well, King of Cups is a very open card to seeing and meeting people. That sitting in the past is very nice because that's probably how you got the opportunity for it. Okay, cool. That is the Aboriginal term. One that walks to a bush finds something oneself. So it's like, is it like a retreat almost? And not not exactly, but like, is it close to some sort of a retreat? As well as oneself. Yeah, it sounds like a retreat. Very cool though. It sounds like a really intense thing. So that's what it sounds like with the beginning, right? The Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, if we're gonna go in terms of the walkabout in terms of, you know, like an explorational journey, or like an internal journey. It's very finding inner peace and enlightenment through traveling. Right. Okay. So that's probably why you have the King in the past. Because you wanted to do this, you wanted to pursue it in a way. King of Cups in this deck in particular is very sociable, very open to speaking to new people. Let's clarify just a couple things from the book. So the Five of Cups talks about emotional loss, pessimism, and closure. So maybe you're going about it in order to find closure on certain situations or certain topics. You might be pessimistic about what good it could actually do for you. Desert of the Real. Hero's journey is that when you move in towards different worlds to get a different perspective and then come back home stronger than you were before. Because if it is that kind of thing, I kind of like where this is going. Because yeah, the Five of Cups talks about emotional loss, pessimism, and closure. In the imagery of it, the housewife has spilled 3 cups on herself, but there's still 2 perfect martinis still there. So for this deck, it talks about how the spilled milk, in the classic theory, like crying over spilled milk is a negative thing, or is a thing you shouldn't be doing because it helps you to just focus on what you've lost rather than what you have. So I think throughout your journey, throughout this adventure of yourself, you're gonna notice a lot of the things that you've lost. You're gonna notice a lot of the things that you are potentially missing out on. A lot of the things that you're supposed, like quote unquote, supposed to have now, but you don't necessarily have to. It's important to notice that you have things to focus on. There are a lot more positive things to focus on, and there are things about you that you have that others have spilled, right? So, and if we're gonna try put that into more concrete terms, like not everyone's gonna be in the same position in life as each other, right? We're not gonna be all having like a relationship at 25 with a job at 25. Everyone has different journeys, but everyone has a one up on each other on completely different things, right? So for me, for example, I'm the single one amongst my friends. However, I feel like I have a very long-term job planned out, which some of my friends do, some of my friends don't, and I have a career that I feel like I'll be very strongly devoted to. So that's what you're going to be figuring out here. Like, it's going to feel pessimistic because you're going to see brand new things that you don't have. Just know that there are things inside of you, or you can start finding those things inside of you or around you to know that you have it, you know, that you are doing well and that you are doing good. Then we move on to the Five of Swords, which is presented with scissors. Accepting limitations, realism, and time management, right? So maybe you're going to come out at the end of this where you have figured out some sort of like truth, like a real world truth that like clicked with you almost. It's very nice as well because you would have learned certain things coming in through potential loss or things that have been lost, but it's still good that you had this beginning with the King of Cups because you're willing to walk through it. You're willing to you were willing to explore and pursue and find answers to certain questions inside of you that you may not have been able to ask before. Realism is nice. I like the realism for the Five of Swords because it helps me to think that whatever you do find in this journey isn't just going to be some wishy-washy, airy sense of fulfillment. It'll be something real and something that you can actually anchor yourself to. But it's interesting because what you're thinking about is the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles in this deck likes to talk about how you are holding on to things. You're holding on to your plates, essentially, or you're holding on to your cards, for example. You're not wanting to show anyone certain things about yourself. You're fearing the risks involved with what's going to happen in the future, not necessarily with the walkabout, but you're scared of having to let go of certain things. But if you've known from here, things just let go anyway. Things just move on and move past this, which is a normal thing to happen. It's just something that happens in life, and it sucks. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to disregard that. Like, it's the worst thing, but it's something that we all have to accept at some point. So this card really talks about you just holding on too much into something, holding on too much from maybe the past, holding on too much to maybe an idea about a certain thing, or holding too strongly to like some morals or ways of life, when that's not what you're supposed to be doing, because you're supposed to be trying to figure out things about yourself and finding some sort of ending towards it, or some sort of conclusion, or some sort of like definition almost. But you can't get that unless you let go. You can't get that unless you see the cups spilled. You can't get that until you transform yourself and move on to something different, you know? You can't get that reality, that you can't accept the reality around you if you don't let go of certain things. And you're just afraid to let go, and that's fine. Or at least I would assume you're afraid to let go from what the tarot was telling me. But it's really scary though, like, if, like, going out there and going through just the world and just seeing different things, you're gonna have a lot of shifts in your mentality, shifts in your world, and shifts in like everyday perspectives that's gonna be really hard to switch back when you come back, you know? It's not gonna be normal anymore. You're just gonna have to know that you are going to change, and that you have to be open to the change. Exactly, precisely, the death of the ego. But it doesn't necessarily have to mean the death of the ego. It could just mean shaping the ego into something new. Because the ego, if we were going back to oh my god, who made the id, ego, super ego, psychological theory? Oh no, if my psych friends see this, they gonna hate me. But those three aspects of your personality in that theory are very important. They play off each other. So it's not destroying the ego because it needs to be destroyed. It's changing with the ego and transforming with the ego, and kind of, yeah, Freud. God, I'm so bad. Growing with the ego, right? It's not destroying it. It's growing it and making it something different and something potentially better. Now I'm curious about the Ace of Wands being what I'm ignoring. So this was past, present, future, what you were thinking about, what you were ignoring. And it talks about energy, projects, and adventure. I don't know what type of adventure you're ignoring, though. A new spark of energy to begin your next project. You'll hold the power to dust away the old, start anew. When the Ace of Wands appears in a reading, it speaks of new ventures and journeys, suggests that it's time to do a little spring cleaning. Right, okay, that's the part that's fun. This is interesting because let me say that again. It speaks of new ventures and journeys, or suggests that it's time to do a lot of spring cleaning, right? And with the thematic nature of cleaning with the deck and spring cleaning, I think it's making you, it's challenging you, or at least you're ignoring the challenge set in front of you, that you're going to have to change, that this walkabout is going to change you. And you're afraid of too much change, it feels like. And maybe it's like best for you to be able to just accept any change that happens, because it might not be as big as you think. You might get small little changes here and there that alters everything that you think of, but it might not be drastic. It's still going to be the same core you by the end of it. It's just you have to be willing to actually let changes happen to you in order for this to be productive, in order for this to actually work out, in order for this to actually be something worth your while. So let's recap. Sorry, you said Jung used tarot extensively to... Oh, I did not know that. Huh. Sorry, Day Day, I don't do any chakra readings. I'm not very good with energies yet. Still trying to figure it out, so I'm just doing normal basic tarot. If you would like a free reading, and if you would like to get a reading from someone who's, you know, learning and practicing reading with people, I'm willing to give you a reading next. Currently doing one for Raven, almost done, so if you would like, just hang about. But for you, Raven, small recap. You're very willing to do it. You're very emotionally available, and you're good, you know, just on the basis of the king. Would like a drink with anyone, would like to share an emotional story with anyone. You're ready to be out there and doing certain fun things, right? But you're afraid of the cups that will be spilled, or the cups that have spilled, and you're not focusing on the ones that you have with you, not the ones that you have ready for you. Which is fine. It's very fair, especially when you're about to go through this adventure, that you're going to focus on things that you don't have rather than the things that you do have. And that could also just boil down to the basics of, if you're traveling, just having the right clothes, you know? Simple as that. But I think emotionally, this one's going to be more like you are too focused on everything that has lost, when there's much more to gain and there's much more that you already have. And then this one is about time management. God. I remember reading a thing that's not this card, but it related very well to it. Right. So this one's just accepting limitations, and I couldn't find the thing. Accepting limitations, grounding yourself in reality. There's going to be a lot of things that come with it, or at least accepting the reality from whatever happens with this Five of Cups, whatever happens during your journey. Don't hold on too much. It is, like you said, a hero's journey. There is a lot of change that is going to happen. Don't be afraid. You have to let go of certain things, or be willing to let go of certain things. You don't have to let it all out, and you don't have to let it all disappear from you. You just have to be okay with it when it does happen, or when you are challenged to do so. And you are afraid of the adventure. You are afraid of cleansing out. You are afraid of letting things go, and you are afraid of it. So it's just, you know, it's okay. It's gonna be big steps, it's gonna be big fun, but I think you'll do great. I think this will be very positive for you. I think that this journey is gonna be very eye-opening in many, many ways. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me do your reading. Really appreciate you taking the time to pop on stream and getting some stuff done, getting your mind through certain things. I hope your walkabout goes very well. Thank you so much for the follow. I very appreciate it. Not English. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. I hope your walkabout goes well. I hope to see you around in future streams where I'm playing games. I'm actually playing games and not just doing tarot. What's up, Bella? How you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're oh my god. Tell me what happened. Are you okay? Is everything fine? Did it go well? I have many questions for you, Bella. But yeah, Raven, thank you. Thank you so much. If you want to hang around, we're going to do more readings, or we're just going to do more Lego if you'd like. Day, if you're still here, I'm still doing readings if you would like. Bella, if you would like a reading as well. Maybe I might actually be able to start making the list soon, or touching the list. Yay! So it worked out. Yay! Good. I'm stoked for you, dude. I told you it was gonna be okay. Not even just a tarot, just for me. I told you it was gonna be fine. I would like a reading. Alright, cool. 1, 2, or 3. You know, the usual. The Sun and Moon Tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot, or the Housewives, and the 3 or 5 spread if you would like. I should probably put up some sort of like menu to let people know. So I've done a couple now. Man, for people who are new here, or like who have just popped into the stream, I was extremely nervous doing this today. 1, cool. We'll do 1, and what type of spread? Sorry, how many cards? Did you want 3 or 5 cards? 5 spread, okay. Any specific questions for the tarot? Or nah? That's interesting. Yeah, I was really nervous. Nope, we shouldn't be talking about that. We should be thinking about Bella's tarot and what Bella's cards are going to say. Bella, you know the drill. Let's do a reading on the dating aspect. The Magician. So that's 2 major arcanas off the bat. That's the first time I've gotten the Tower from this deck, and that's like probably the 3rd time I've ever gotten the Magician on this one. Not the 3rd time ever, but like I rarely get the Magician from this deck. I have not seen the Magician in a very long time. Okay, so there's 3 majors. This is strong. This is great. I'm liking this a lot, actually. Let's see. Is that the Tower? No, that was the Tower in the past. Tower in the past. Remember, Tower in the past. Hermit in the future. Magician in the middle. So, what are you thinking about? What's on your mind when it comes to this? What's on your mind? What is making you think? What's making you go? What's making you... Are you figuring stuff out? Seeing certain things? Let's see. Oh. 2 of Wands. Dominion. Two of Wands. Very good. Very nice. Oh, and Bella actually fixed the Discord link this time. It actually works now. Can't believe I was so dumb earlier. Didn't refresh the link. Tower Magician. Oh, the High Priestess. Bella, you have 4 out of 5 majors, which is fun. That's insanely strong, especially if we're going to do this from the aspect of your current relationship. Developing relationship. Just want to know the 2 of Wands, though. Why are you on 2 of Wands? So you're thinking, I just want to jump, I'm jumping here. I want to jump here first. 2 of Wands. Everything is under control. Energy directed towards new paths, actively seeking fresh challenges. This card depicts shadow and light, yin and yang, balance and integration. So you are looking for balance. You are looking for some sort of like, if we're thinking love, because the Wands is about passion, or it's the suit of passion, you're thinking of just like not going overboard with it, which is great. It's a good thing to find some sort of balance and to not jump in too heavily onto this relationship too quickly. You know what I'm saying? It dropped for a second. I'm just gonna repeat that for you. It's good to find balance. It's good that you're thinking about finding balance towards it. The Tower, if we're gonna read the majors from this deck, the Tower is associated with healing, renewal, and destruction of old forms. So it's not a negative thing. The Tower is probably one of the hardest hitting energies in the deck, but I feel like there was a thing in the past that changed your perspective on this. Changed your perspective on love, changed how you approach love, and changed just the entire idea of love for you, which is great. The Tower of Babel indicates misleading speech, chaos, or opening the eyes. So you would have like had some sort of not necessarily wisdom, but there was some sort of opening in terms of how you saw a certain situation. You're literally being asked, or you were asked to see a situation in a brand new way. You were asked to change certain things that you did about things when it considered love. It's taking away all of the previous expectations and knocking it down back to nothing to start to build up again something new, something more productive, something better for you, which is great. So that's good. That's a good place to have the Tower. And then the Magician is about manifestation, because it has all of the suits with it: the cup, the sword, the wand, and the pentacle, right? It's got everything associated. So at this point in the present, you have the opportunity to manifest whatever you want out of this relationship. There is so much potential that you can have with this relationship. There's so many things that you can build upon it. It'll just be figuring out what to build. It'll be figuring out when to build certain things or when to push forward with certain things. And that comes with the balance, right? You don't want to go in too hard too quickly and all of a sudden everything's too much too soon. You want to be balanced. You want to have the flame there, but control the flame so it doesn't burn down the entire house, for example. You know, in that sense of in that kind of metaphor, which is good. Now you just have to figure out what it is you want out of the relationship, what it is you want out of it. What you guys can build and can make, because you're starting from scratch with this one. You're starting from scratch in terms of how you perceive a relationship or how you would want a relationship to happen, which is great. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Interesting to have the Hermit in the future, because the Hermit talks about introspection, meditation, time and space, the pursuit of study and analysis, retreat to meditate on hidden truths of life and the inner self. So I think what the Hermit is telling you is that just because you are now in this relationship and now you guys are dating, it doesn't mean that you should stop taking the time for yourself. It's encouraging you to take a step back, looking at how you are happy as you are. Are you happy? What am I like asking? It's asking you, are you happy with yourself? Are you proud of yourself? And making sure that you stand alone as an individual still, even though if you are with this partnership with someone. So it's important that you are standing alone as your own person, and you can stand alone as Bella and look through it as Bella and live as Bella and not live as Bella and your partner. Like, your entire life is not going to be fully around them. You know, you will have aspects of life that is going to be separate from them, like your friends. Work, for example, could be away from them, or like certain hobbies are going to be away from them. Just make sure that you can still come back into yourself and talk about yourself and be real with yourself if you're happy about certain things and happy or not happy about certain things. And I guess that comes on again with this is balance. So yeah, okay, that's good advice. I need to figure out my own stand. Yeah, because you're an individual, you are a growing individual, so it's important that you still grow and you still learn and you still find out, right? Like this, like, relationships shouldn't be the entire entity or the entire representation of individuals, because that's two individuals coming together. They can have themselves as individuals, but together they're different, right? But it still takes the two of them to create that one thing, which is great, because you're still focusing about the balance. You're focusing on everything like that. So now what you are ignoring is the High Priestess, which is fun, because the High Priestess, I cannot find it, it's number 2, is associated with intuition, independence, and an emphasis on silent introspection. So it talks about duality as well, as the representation of Boaz and Yankin. The Boaz and Yankin columns, the light and dark ones here, are the entrance to the temple. So it's strong balance. Again, strong balance here, trying to figure out what to balance. I think you're just gonna be, because it's just gonna happen, especially if it's brand new to you and this is a brand new like connection or relationship that's happened. You're just gonna ignore things, and what you're ignoring is what you're gonna be challenged to do in the future, which is introspection and making sure that you're okay as a person, that you're okay with yourself. So I think this is what this reading is meant to do. It's here to tell you that this is a good start. Good things can happen. Manifesting these things is just the trick, and working on it in real life is the trick. But also know that you and your own importance and your own self is there to be taken care of and to be happy with. Well, I wouldn't say you're ignoring balance since it's here. I just think you're trying to still figure out ways in order to approach that balance. So the High Priestess is a card that talks about intuition a lot and hidden messages or silent messages. So maybe finding balance isn't necessarily an active thing that you do. Maybe it'll just come to you at certain points. Like, you just have to wait for yourself to maybe get tired and you're like, okay, I'm going to take a step back. Or like, because you can organize time away from your partner, right? Like, you can organize alone time, sure, but sometimes you just need it on certain days, and you just have to be aware that you need it on certain days, and that you're going to tell yourself, no, I'm going to stop today. I don't want to hang out. I just want to chill out by myself. And it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's just those days do come and those days happen. So it's just being aware of when those situations come up. And it's very hard to be aware when those situations come up, because sometimes you don't know how to verbalize it. So just listen to yourself a bit more in terms of how you feel. So I think that's the best that the tarot has been telling me, because you do want the balance. You're already thinking about it, so it's good you'll be there. So it's great. It's great. It's a great reading. It's a great start. There's unlimited potential, so just don't be wary. Don't be scared. Like I said last time, a lot has changed. You've got so much to do in the future, so much to build. Take care of yourself. Keep that balance going. Take care of yourself. Woo! Hell yeah, Bella. Hell yeah. So stoked for you. Your progress is so good. The story of your relationship for like the past couple weeks has been a very fun one for me. No, thank you. Thank you for letting me do your readings for this past month, essentially. I will continue to do more. Oh, and I finished Undertale yesterday, so sorry. Eilena, thank you. Or Eilena. Apologies for the mispronunciation. If you would like a reading, let me know. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed these readings. You've enjoyed these couple, just talking. Hello. Would you like a reading? I have 3 decks that you can choose from. I call this one the Kingdom Hearts deck. I call this one well, I mean, I don't call it anything. It's just the Rider-Waite. That's what it is called. And this one's the Housewives Tarot, which is beautiful. So just let me know, 1, 2, or 3. Baka Septic, hello. Welcome to the stream. Would you like a reading? I'm going to be doing one for Eilena next. Tell me how to pronounce your name if you don't like the way I'm pronouncing it. 1, perfect. So now, the next step when you're choosing for a reading. Oh, thank you. I hear that from some people who meet me online. Latte. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Latte. Steve, are you Steve? Are you Steve? Sorry, no, I don't mean to pry, but I have a friend named Steve who uses Latte a lot in his socials and whatnot, so it's just very concerning. Not concerning in a bad way, but like, oh, if it's Steve. No, but thank you for being here, Baka Septic. What's up, Andy? The Housewife Tarot is fun. Would you like a reading? Just let me know. So I'm going to put the list so people know who's next. Can I have the dragon deck? The dragon deck. Do you mean the one that's currently on screen? The sun and moon one. That's okay. That's okay, Eilena. This voice ain't going nowhere. So Eilena, I just wanted you to choose. Well, this is for everyone who wants a reading. And then we'll go. Oh, hi. It's Andy. So up on the screen is the order of which we're going to be doing these readings. Just for everyone to know. Alright, we'll give you that one. Sorry, Eilena. I'm just going to get this admin going through. So, Eilena, there's 2 options for. So everyone else who's going to get a reading next, think about what you want. Eilena, for this one, you have the option of a 3-card spread, which is, past, present, and future. Or you have the option of a 5-card spread, which is the past, present, and future, but what is added is something that you are thinking about, or what's on your mind, or something that you are ignoring, or what you're not thinking about. So just let me know which one you want. Everyone else, let me know as well what you guys want. Andy, if you would like the same deck, let me know. Tell me how many cards you would like. It's just so it helps keep me in track to what's happening next and who's here and when these readings are going to happen. So just let me know. I will start shuffling. I will shuffle until I just get 3 cards popping out for you, Eilina. 5 cards, cool. Right. Thanks again for the follow, guys. Do you have a specific question for the cards, Eilina? Or that's a lot of cards popping out. So just for you guys, because I feel like you guys are new here and you have just followed, I am not a diviner. I can't necessarily read the future, but I can give you a different perspective on your situation in life with the tarot. That's what I primarily use it for myself. New perspective, new things to think about, or just giving yourself some sort of motivation for the next couple days, couple weeks, whatever. So I would like the energies to be more present in my readings. That's why I shuffle and I wait for cards to pop out. I don't want my own personal biases getting in the way of what could potentially be very important messages and energies for you guys, which is, you know, I don't want to mess with that. Like, if it's a message for you, it's a message for you, you know, and I don't want anything on my end to muddle that or mess it up in any way. Why am I not comfortable? Why am I not comfortable? That is my question. Okay, so let's figure out why you're not comfortable and why it's hard for you to be comfortable, or even potentially what you can do to deal with that uncomfortable nature that you're feeling. I have been feeling very uncomfortable in my own house, so it's a little weird. I mean, that's a fair thing to happen. Like, as the world has experienced being locked in at home with COVID, you kind of just don't like being at home. You don't like a place where you're supposed to rest because you've been there way too often. It could also just be relationships inside your home. I don't know if you live with your parents, or if you live with a partner, or you live in a flat or whatever, or even if you live by yourself. Like, it can still be very very uncomfortable, which is fair. Well, thanks. I don't want to show my face on cam yet. Not yet, because I'm a teacher, so we're gonna get there in the future. So I decided to make Paper, who is the little mascot, my own just my own stream thing. I've got different drawings for him for different types of streams. So this is him doing tarot, because I'm doing tarot. I'm sorry to hear that, Latte. Yeah, it sucks when being at home you can't feel safe. You don't feel you can be safe. So we're still waiting on what the energies have for you, Eilina. Oh, there we go. The star in the past. Interesting. Oh, 2 popped out. 2 of Pentacles, balancing something. Queen of Pentacles. Money and stronghold. Essentially, there's like a stronghold to that. The star in the past, though. I can see why you were uncomfortable in the beginning, if this is what the present card is talking about, which is the 2 of Pentacles. I don't know if that's clear enough, but that's the 2 of Pentacles. So clearly, what's on the table at the moment is the star in the past, 2 of Pentacles in the... Your energies are going insane right now. 2 of Pentacles in the center, and then the Queen of Pentacles in the future. 2 of Pentacles being in the present, yeah, again. It's change, it's balance, trying to balance something, but you're quite unsure how to do it. Juggling is a better word for the motion that the dude on the picture is doing. The star card now, it's like a muted version, it's a muted version of the sun. So the sun is the happiest energy in the deck. The sun is like the most stoked part of the deck. These 2 cards? 3? Nope, we're not doing that. We can't do that. You're thinking about the tower, which makes a lot of sense for you, Eilina. Because the tower is very rough in terms of being afraid of change, being afraid of things essentially being crumbled into back into nothing. Like, it could just straight up be a lot of pentacles. A lot of pentacles. 2 majors and a pentacle. And 2 majors, 3 pentacles. Freshman year in uni is kicking my ass right now, and adding on top, it's online and just very hard. Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. We had to move into online learning for high school. I'm a high school teacher, or I'm trying to get my qualification as a high school teacher, and all of that changed, and it makes it very impossible because The interaction with students is so important, and just like for you in uni, being in lectures, being around people, going to labs or tutorials, very important, very key, because you know it helps with motivation. It helps you feel good about yourself. Getting to my 3.8 GPA right now is being very anxious. It is a scary thing. It's a very scary thing. Maybe that's why you're uncomfortable. Like, because the star card is like a muted version of the sun, you can feel like you're supposed to be happy. Like there's, like you are, it sounds like you're happy where you are. Not happy as in this is the best that it's ever going to be for you, but like you're kind of content with where you are. And that's because it sits in the past. The card talks about self-confidence and recognition. It's like the calm after the storm. Excuse me. It offers gifts of premonition. The star is a light that guides the way. Pairs in the astrological connection. So that's where I feel like it is from the past for you. Is that you were confident with what was happening. Maybe before COVID, everything was going well for you. It wasn't going perfect, obviously, but like you were very content. You were very solid, and like you found peace at times where it was meant to happen, but you were also working very well. That's what it felt like here before. But now that we're moving into the present and you're in the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling. You're juggling a myriad of things, and it's very hard to feel calm, to feel peace, to feel serenity in a way, because there's so many things to consider, so many things to try to figure out, so many things to do. The word that it says up top here is change. When I get a better camera, I swear to God, everything's going to be amazing, but it's my phone, so what are we going to do? The Two of Pentacles, in a way, is not necessarily like a challenge. It's more of like being aware that there are things to think about, and you have to go about it one way or another, right? You can't keep juggling things and going through it whatsoever. You just have to focus on one thing at a time, you know, because that's the best way you can actually get things done. Because putting your fingers in too many pies, too much of a distraction, too much of a problem, too much of a waste of time. So that's what it's asking you to do. Just for further clarification with the book, yeah, it depicts balance, correction, cyclic movement, juggling the yin and yang, and trying to find some sort of balance with it. So I understand that's why you feel that way. I understand that's why you would probably be... So I like the word that you used for how you feel as uncomfortable, because it's not necessarily that you hate what's happening, it's just it doesn't feel right. It's not sitting with you well. And I think that's what's happening with all of these cards, is that because you were here in the star before, where you are now just doesn't feel like it's a thing that you should be experiencing. But it's a thing that we, you know, I hate to say it, but like it's a thing that we have to experience because it just happens. And in the future, we're talking about the Queen of Pentacles. It talks about an expert in physical health, someone who's empathetic, pleasant, generous, and loyal. So, excuse me, 1 second. I just drank water. So the Queen of Pentacles could be the energy that you want to be at the end of this, right? And or there is someone in the Queen, someone who embodies this energy of my words, of a generous, empathetic individual, right? It doesn't have to be a lady. Gender here is just sort of the way we perceive energies and the way that we label energies. It doesn't necessarily mean that's what the person is going to be. It's a strong stance. It denotes power and self-reassurance. So maybe you're going to be the queen for yourself. You're going to find time for yourself to treat yourself and take care of yourself, which is a very important thing to do, something that you should be doing, something that a lot of us should be doing and taking the time to do. But it's great because it's nice to see that while you're juggling certain things, while you're going through the struggle of it, you will find a way to adapt and change, and or there's going to be somewhere there for you who will help you throughout this rough situation. And it's not necessarily the roughest thing, because the word uncomfortable doesn't mean it's like the worst. It's just there's like too much energy at this point. You can't sit still, or you don't have the time to sit still. I like the Tower. The Tower, you were thinking about the Tower. If you know anything about the Tower is one of the most powerful energies in the deck, because it talks about the destruction of old habits, the destruction of something that was built. So this is the Tower of Babel. and in the story it was struck down by God because he didn't want humans reaching heaven or learning too much about it. You know, like humans were ascending too high, and they were moving on to things that they weren't supposed to know. Moving on to how people read it for the tarot, you were building something that was probably not the best for you, something that you weren't supposed to be living through, something that you weren't supposed to be building, or something that was causing extreme negativity towards you, and it got struck down by the universe, essentially telling you, hey, this is not where you're supposed to be going. Hey, this is there are better things for you here. Let's just help you start over by destroying the entire thing and building from scratch. Very scary to build from scratch, very scary to see everything go down and, you know, and like a lightning flash or a thunder strike. But because this is in the position of what you're thinking about either potentially starting from scratch all over again, or you are scared of having to start from scratch all over again, right? Because if I'm gonna project for you, and correct me if you want me to correct me if you think that this is wrong, but failing in uni kind of feels like the tower is crumbling down, that everything that you built up with your studies has meant nothing, because failing a paper means you have to take more time to do it. But sometimes failing a paper is very eye-opening for certain people, because they figured out, A, we need to put in more work, or we didn't take care of ourselves enough, that we have to do this differently. Like whatever process that we were doing in terms of study, whatever idea that we were figuring out because of study, or whatever like time we put into study, maybe that all has to change. Maybe we need to find a new approach in order to succeed and move on from this learning. Like it could also just mean that you need to study more. Like if that's what the process is asking you to do, then maybe you should take the time to go through that process. So that's what you're afraid of. That's what you're thinking of here. Which again, it's very scary. It's very scary to fail papers at uni, because you know you're paying a lot of money and stuff like that, and there's a lot of pressure to succeed and make the university look good. But you have to focus on yourself as well, and know that you are ultimately the one who's going to control it. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's professors marking it, and there's a lot of bias depending on what paper you're in, or what your cohort is. Who your cohort is, and you know essentially what you're studying or what faculty you're in. The King of Pentacles is fun for you to be ignoring. I say fun a lot, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. The King of Pentacles talks about a doctor or a healer, abundance, prosperity, and confidence, enjoying success and loyalty of other people, reaping what is sown, financial ideas and partnership. The King's Shield indicates unity and harmony. So I feel like there's someone out there who you are ignoring that is trying to help you see these things, trying to give you confidence, trying to show that you are successful, and trying to make you feel that whatever you're doing now is something worthwhile. Like failing isn't gonna, like failing a paper doesn't mean you're dumb, or doesn't mean that you're just not deserving of your scholarship, as you said. Like obviously it's a scary thing to see like get taken away from you because you failed one paper, but like failing one paper, there are reasons for that, and if you let the university know those reasons, I'm sure they will take a compassionate step for it. Because I'm doing a postgraduate in education, and I'm getting a lot of support from the university in terms of my supervisors. So I think if you are worried, if you are scared of all of this, there's King of Pentacle individuals in the university who are going to understand your situation, are going to take the time to help you heal or get through the struggle. It's just that you need to find the right people to do it. I'm not going to say the university is perfect, because it's not. It hella is not. Whatever university you go to. I went to the University of Auckland. Well, I'm still going there until I finish my diploma. But like, I graduated from the University of Auckland, and I know how weak the university is sometimes in terms of helping people. But finding the right people to help you, just like how I found my supervisors, or how I was able to reach out to the right people through other people who knew, that's how I'm getting through my diploma. That's how I'm getting through the COVID struggles of it. So don't ignore that there is help, even though people say that the help is not there. The help is there. It's just going to take a little bit to find it. And it's going to take a lot of, honestly, it's going to take a lot of truth from yourself and a lot of honesty to say, I need to do these certain things, or I'm struggling, or I need help. And that's one of the hardest steps, even for people who are, even for reasons like uni. It's hard to say that you need help. So take the time to help. So we'll do a recap of your reading. You were in a very good place pre-COVID. You were in a very, very good like energy. Things were going well. It wasn't perfect, but you were happy where you were and you were very content. Now you're juggling too many things at once, and it's hard to figure out what to control and what to focus on. And of course it's going to make you uncomfortable, and it's going to suck because you are thinking a lot about failing and how it could destroy you potentially. And it might not. Like these are just thoughts. These are not what's actually happening. These are just thoughts that you can, you know, either let come into fruition or fight battle against it in order to stop it from happening. You are probably going to get that energy of the Queen of Pentacles in the future, where you find the balance to take care of yourself and figure it out for yourself, which is great. Continue with that. That's very positive. But you're also ignoring the potential help that you can probably get, because there is help there. It's just very hard to find sometimes, or it takes 1 or 2 people to talk to in order to find the right people. So find that help, find that aid. You're going to get somewhere with this. Trust me, you're going to be fine. It's uncomfortable now, but you will be fine. You will grow. This will just only help you grow into better things. So yeah, that's your reading. 5 cards. Very good. Very nice. I hope that was good for you. I hope the energies made sense. I hope the message made sense. I'm sorry that it is a bit of a struggle. It's going to be quite hard to kind of get through, but you'll be good. Okay, so Andy wants the 5 housewives. Thank you, Eilina. Thank you for letting me do your tarot. I'm here every Thursday, New Zealand time, or whatever time it is for you now. I'm here, yeah, every Thursday. That's the goal. Latte, if you're still here, let's do your reading. Did you say how many cards you wanted? Just tell me if you want 3 or 5 cards if you are still here. Because I would like to do the reading where it's live with you. Thanks a lot for the reading. It resonated a lot with my situation. Also, thanks a lot for the advice. I needed that. Hey, no, thank you. Thanks. Like, I appreciate you giving me that good feedback. I do appreciate bad feedback as well for anyone watching. But yeah, sometimes legit though, when I was doing tarot for the first time in terms of watching it on YouTube, I needed some random stranger to tell me to just get over with things, you know, or like just push through with things. So I appreciate that I get to be that for you today. Sometimes it's not a fun position, but for that reading, it was a very good one for me to tell you to just, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's stuff to do. Yeah, I live in New Zealand. I know I don't sound Kiwi at all. It's because I have an American accent that my parents say is thanks to me watching a lot of cartoons. Just a lot of American cartoons. It made my Persona playthrough really fun because I was trying to figure out what accents to do, but you know. When do you normally stream? So normally, wait, just one more check. Latte, if you're still here, Baka Septic, just to get your name out again, just making sure. If you're still here, just let me know. If not, I will do your reading and you can watch the VOD on YouTube or on Twitch. I guess we can go through with the reading, right? So we can get to Andy's as well, because I don't want to disrespect the list that I've got up. When do you normally stream? I normally so Thursdays are my most consistent streams, because that's where I like to do tarot, which is today. Today is Thursday. I'm really trying to find out a couple days where I can do it, but time-wise, I'll normally stream from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. onwards. It'll really depend on the day. So I really want to find another day, or another, at least I want to stream like 3 times a week-ish. This week I've streamed Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 3 times this week. 3 p.m. to 6, or 4 to 6, it depends. Alright, what's up, Latte? Let's do your reading. Did you want 3 cards or 5 cards? 3 card spread or 5 card spread? 5. Awesome. Also, I mean, like, uni here is pretty sweet. Depends on what university you go to, but when it was pre-COVID, there's a lot of events happening. There's a lot of things to go to. So it wasn't bad. But yeah, 3 to 5 p.m. I really want to sort out a schedule. Dude, yeah, when I visited the States a couple years ago for Prince of Cups, nice, strong energy, good one, latte. I should do my project work, nice. We got uni kids here. I'm still technically a uni kid. Oh yeah, Andy, when I traveled to the States for my granddad's funeral a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I lost a day in travel because I was going, I gained a day in travel because I was going back in time. And then when we traveled from the States back to New Zealand, I lost a day and I hated it. I hated like not having an entire day to potentially do work or rest. I just had to go into the next thing. It was so annoying. It was so frustrating, if I'm being real. Yeah, that was the program was amazing. Unfortunately, my mother told me not to. I'm currently dying with algebra. Well, oh, that sucks. Yeah, I feel that pain too. I feel that pain of parents influencing what you take at university when it's your future. It really sucks, but like I get it. Oh my god. So 3 of Wands. You know what, Latte? That makes sense for you to have the 3 of Pentacles on your mind since you are legitimately doing work right now. And that card is about doing work. Doing work that people see, doing work that people will appreciate in the future. It's like it's a good one. And 2 of Wands underneath. So there's some sort of balance that you're not thinking about. Some sort of order that you are not considering. I'm studying social work. Very cool. I'm a teacher too, so I'm technically social work. Well, not really. Education is different, but the same, if you know what I mean. Alright, I gotta do a couple reading from the book. Prince of Cups talks about emotional desire and passion, attracted to romance but afraid of intimacy and involvement. But is afraid, snake symbolizes soul. Yeah, I mean, maybe that could be because you don't have time for relationships. You didn't have time for all of that jazz because of the schoolwork that you're putting in, and it seems like you are putting a lot of work into it from what I can tell from chat. I am guessing, which is fun. That's actually pretty decent. Like, it's not fun. I say fun a lot when it's not. It's just sometimes my brain's just dumb. But that's Prince of Cups coming through, afraid of committing towards something. And it doesn't have to be love, honestly. It could be some sort of like, if we were thinking work and school, it could be... Hi. Sorry, team. Father pops into the room to ask a question. Since I DK, what to tell you? I'm a biotech major. Okay, biotech. But you do algebra. I'm confused. That's okay. That's okay. We can figure it out another time. But for Latte, the 2 of Swords talks about peace, repose, meditative spirit, decisiveness in making choices. Closed yoga pose shows avoidance of communication and the need of inner balance. So you're looking towards inside yourself, whether or not. Man, that's really tough. Because what is it trying to tell you? What does it want to tell you? Virtue, 3 of Wands. Integrity and challenge, an exciting job or a powerful position. New direction, juggling 3 torches and indicates a playful, balanced person with intelligence, virtue, and a warm heart. It sounds like you don't really want to commit to a certain project or a certain thing, but it's going to take a lot for you to figure out what to commit to, because it's inside of you. Like, you have to figure out in your head and or your emotions what project you specifically want to do or what job you want to do almost. So you're kind of trying to validate whether or not your current path is the right path to be doing, which is good. It's good to figure out or having to think about that, but you have to commit at some point, because when you do commit, when you do figure it out from here, there's success ready. There's a lot of success coming through. Yeah, exciting new job or powerful position. So that's what I'm understanding. And okay, now it actually makes sense, because when you think about the Three of Pentacles and just putting in the work, you're not afraid of putting in the work. You just want to know where to put the work towards, right? So, you know, directionless work isn't going to get you anywhere. You need to know where to go, where to take your talents, where to take your hard work, where to take your time and energy to, because you want it to go somewhere nice. But I feel like you're not taking care of yourself, because there's a sense of balance, there's a sense of order that you are maybe potentially ignoring, because the Two of Wands likes to talk about dominion and ruling over a certain thing, but maybe because you're too far into the career aspect or into the career decisions, that's why maybe it's harder for you to make a very emotional choice of what you want to do next. Because you know, once you put in like the logical work towards something, once you put in all of that energy towards a certain place or towards a certain company or towards a certain project, it's really hard to move past that. It's really hard to figure out what you want to do, because you've committed already, right? Because it was hard for you to commit in the past. Now you've committed to a certain thing. You're trying to figure out if the thing is right for you or not. But once you figure out if it is right for you, and once you make the decisions to continue to commit to something new, or continuing to commit with the thing you have committed in, there's success either way. That just comes from your hard work and dedication. Your hard work and dedication is going to get you the success no matter what. Because you put in the work is going to come back at you tenfold with whatever good is out there. I think the tarot just wants you to focus on some sort of balance, some sort of control. Maybe there's an emotional aspect to it that you need to start to consider in order to figure out what it is you really want, or whether or not it's going to succeed for you. Sorry, I want to check a quick thing. Yes, I have not been called for the card yet. That is concerned. So I hope that makes sense. So, like, again, let's recap. You committed to something. You committed to something, or you're still finding it hard to commit. You are making that decision, but you're taking a lot of inner work to figure out what it is that you're going to be working on and figuring it out. If you keep working and you actually do find a place to commit, and you make a decision and you put that work in, you are going to succeed hands down, no matter what. I feel it. That's what the tarot is actually trying to tell me. Then you have the Three of Pentacles, which talks about you just thinking about work, obviously, which is where this reading comes from. But you need to find that balance. You need to find that balance. Yeah, okay, so if we're gonna use your projection from that, just finding the right assignments to work towards, and whether or not internally you are still doing things that you want to do, right? So in terms of the course that you're in, maybe you're starting to question it, but like, I feel like if you find the commitment point, if you find a way to it, you'll be good, you'll be fine. So it's just, you have to commit. You just have to commit. I think that's what it's telling me. You just have to do it at this point. Get it done, and then see where you are from there. And then consider that balance, and then consider trying to bring it back for next time. Because once you're in that situation, it's just hard to kind of move through it, or like figure out something else to do with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was kind of good advice, maybe good way to think. Thanks, this has been good advice. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope it does help. I hope it has helped. Oh, Eileena, you're doing it as a gen ed. God, yeah, I feel that. Gen eds suck. I did a gen ed on environmentalism, and I appreciate and I very much agree with saving the planet, but it was just so dry in the way that they were talking about it. It really was so annoying, and it just turned me off from it. And the exam was too easy. It was so dumb. Yeah, Latte, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope the advice is good, and I hope that you are successful in whatever it is you commit to, because I'm sure you can be, as long as you put your brain into it, guy or girl or they, whichever you are. Like, I remember, because that was the year I needed to go to this. I went to the States for my grandfather's funeral, right? And I tried to study there, but then I didn't get to study because I was busy helping out and making sure my mom was okay, and, you know, making sure my dad wasn't too stressed out. And then I go home and I have like a week before the exam, so I just do all of this stuff in a week, and it's just so easy that it was frustratingly easy that, like, I thought I would have wasted my time if I went to the lectures and the tutorials. Like, I was mad. I wasn't mad because it was easy. I was mad because I could have potentially wasted my time. I'd rather do virology than fine arts, man. Why waste money like that? That's fair. I did fine arts because I was an English major and an art history minor. But I'm a teacher now, and I wanted to go towards teaching anyway, so helping kids how to read and critical think is where I'm going. It's been hovering on my mind a lot. I don't know if social work is correct for me because I'm still deciding. Right, that once I commit to something, I'll do it through and finish it well. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not telling you to make the decision now. Figure it out, because that's what the Two of Swords was. It's considering it. You have to consider the reading. You have to listen to what you feel about it, and how you feel is the most important thing for it. Ooh, and you were? What do you mean you were an English major? Like, did you graduate? Also, we're gonna do your reading next, by the way. 5 cards, Housewives. Yeah, Eileen, I can do you another reading. I can probably do another. It depends what you would want the reading for, Eileen. Because I'm not gonna redo your reading to see if you can get a new one. But I can if you have a question to ask the tarot, which is a completely different thing. I haven't actually done a reading twice for people yet, yeah. Okay, good, you graduated. Good. Cool. I graduated, but I still see myself as an English major. Like, when I misspell a word, or like I misspeak, excuse me, if I misspeak, I get mad at myself and I tell myself I'm an English major. But now that I'm an English teacher, or close to being an English teacher, I get mad and I whisper to myself, God, you're an English teacher. Be better. But alright, let's do your reading, Andy. We can do your love reading, Eileen, if you want. We'll do 3 cards. It's a lot easier. 6 of Swords, first time that's ever popped out for me on this one, and I've had this deck for years. Andy, whatever it is you're going through, I have no clue, but it seems pretty intense. Temperance, finding balance, finding judgment, making sure everything comes into one. That was plenty of cards that fell out. This deck is cute, man. I love this deck a lot. Let's see. 6 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. You're going to be figuring out a choice and or juggling in the future. I don't know what the 6 of Swords does, for being real, Andy. I've never had it pop out on this one, so I don't know how this deck reads it. But Temperance is very good. Temperance is a strong energy to hold. It's the sign of Sagittarius, or the card of Sagittarius for the deck, which is a fire energy. It's very good for balance. It's very good for being measured and emotionally stable and financially stable or mentally stable, whichever one fits with you the most. You look at there, it's a concentration of joy, sorrows, justice, and anger. So it's all the emotions coming through, and you feeling all of the emotions, and or you're being able to process all of these emotions properly and thoroughly, or it is a challenge for you to start to manage these emotions well. That's very interesting. That's very cool. 2 of Pentacles sitting in your future just means that there's going to be an option or some juggling that you're going to have to do, but you're going to be prepared for that because you've taken the 2 cards. And hey, Alina, don't get mad, please. But I know you asked for the love reading, but like, look what Andy's potentially ignoring. That's the Lovers and the Two of Cups. If you know anything about tarot, these cards go hand in hand, my people. Oh my lord. Let's do this one. Alright, let's read what the Six of Swords does first. Andy, you have a lot. What the heck? Andy, I'm jealous already. I know. Andy, damn. So the Six of Swords talks about revelations, transition, and better times ahead. So you are moving towards something better. That makes a lot of sense, because now that seeing the Temperance and seeing the Two of Pentacles, you've cut yourself away from something in the past. You've cut yourself away from something that was really bad for you, and or you're working through the struggles. You were working through the negative things that was holding you back, which is why you were moving towards a Temperance situation, because she's literally walking on the handles of the knives, which means that you were walking away on the best way possible, because you were away from the sharp edges. Just from a physical symbolism aspect, that's what it was. And then you're moving on to the Temperance, which is beautiful. Again, the card of balance. I'll read you what it says on the thing. It talks about cooperation, compromise, and sympathy. So you are figuring it out, how you feel. You are figuring out what your emotions are going through. I think this is an emotional journey for you, because you did struggle with it in the past. You found a way to recenter and balance yourself. You were very empathetic towards yourself, it finds light. And then you moved on to the Two of Pentacles, which is the challenge for the future, is what I'm assuming, is that you're going to have to balance a couple things. But know that you'll be ready, because you moved on from whatever negative thing in the past was to becoming this balanced energy, which is great. I love that for you. So it's balanced responsibilities and pressures here. And then when we talk about the Eight of Pentacles, which is what you're thinking about, it's talking about talent, imagination, and inspiration. I was pretty depressed for a while. Trying not to self-sabotage too much, but I feel like I am. That's fine. Like, I have gone through depressive episodes myself. I was diagnosed as well, so I understand to an extent what you feel, not your entire feelings about it. But self-sabotage is a huge thing, especially when you feel like you don't belong in a certain place, or you don't believe that you like deserve the things that you have. But I feel like that's what the Temperance is challenging you to do. It's challenging you to see and contest and fight those negative thoughts and tell you that you do deserve it, that you do, like, you're allowed to revel in what you have and understand that things that you have are good for you and they're meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a sense of healthy skepticism towards certain things. Now you just gotta figure out, oh no, was that Facebook? That was just got a new job, kind of like why are things going so, dude. No, I definitely feel that. Like, it's very hard to understand why things happen, you know? Yeah, no, I definitely get you. Like, I personally, for me, I don't deserve good things, or I don't think that I do deserve good things, but I know I do. Yeah, I'm still challenging those thoughts myself. But whenever things are happening too well, I'm like, okay, when is it gonna go wrong, right? Like, I don't know if you're a big believer in karma or like karmic cycles, but I'm like, this is the top of the cycle. Where am I gonna go down, or is there more? Am I still going up, or I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down soon? You know that, like, like, you're very scared for good things to happen, which I totally fear. But because we're reading that negative tone, this talks about you being talented and you being rewarded for that talent. So just understand that this is something that you are, you got the job for a reason. You got the job because you deserve it, and you were well talented and well good and well strong. Keep that balanced thoughts that go through it, and you're going to be challenged for it, but you will have the talent, you will have the emotional stability, you will know that you moved on from that depression, right? I mean, it's never truly gone. Like, sometimes it'll come back, but like, you've worked yourself out of it, and you've worked yourself to get a new job. So that's something to be proud of. That's something to know that you've done right. That's something to know that you deserve what you are getting in terms of the beauty, like the beautiful and the abundance of gifts from the universe, it's not something to be weary of or suspicious about. It's something to accept, acknowledge, and say thank you, you know, because you deserve it, right? It's not just a handout. This isn't a handout. I feel like you've earned whatever it is you're getting. So I'm now curious with the Two of Cups and Lovers. I'm just going to read this out to you because I want you to know how insane this is. Why are you ignoring love? So the Two of Cups talks about union, balance, and harmony. Signifying the union of two people, the Two of Cups speaks of happy balance between two parties or even a reconciliation of opposites. It could be the beginning of a budding romance or simply a well-balanced friendship. Just don't let the wine go to your head. Right, cool. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Let's go to the Lovers, and it talks about romance, infatuation, and sex. The Lovers teach us that there is more to romance in a relationship than long gazes into each other's eyes and the thrill of putting out in the back seat of a convertible. Matters of the heart are always complicated, and with love comes many responsibilities and repercussions. Don't be blinded by beauty and physical attraction. Keep your eyes on the road and watch for hazards ahead. That's okay, Latte. Thank you so much for popping by. I really appreciate you asking for a reading and letting me do a reading for you. Thank you for letting me practice, and thank you for following, actually. I really appreciate that. I'm very close to becoming an affiliate, and I'm stoked that you are here. I hope to see you again next time. Back to you, Andy, you lovebird of a man or lady or lady. So again, I'm going to emphasize this. The Lovers card and the Two of Cups, I would always read as love and romance. But because of what you've told me and because of the rest of the reading, I think you're just ignoring that you can love yourself and that you're supposed to be loving yourself, and that maybe you're thinking too much about what's happening around you as good things that will end up wrong, because union doesn't necessarily have to be two people. Yes, this is what the card talks about, but union could just be with your heart and your mind, right? So it doesn't have to be romance. It could just be loving yourself and figuring out how to love yourself and how to put together the emotional side of your heart and your mind. Sorry, the emotional side of your heart, and then putting it together with the mind, which is what's very fun to figure out, very fun to put together. It's just ignoring that love. And love doesn't have to be romantic. It could be friendship, like it said for the Two of Cups, and it could be self-love. So I think you're just ignoring to love yourself and ignoring to put that love into you. And I feel like that's what the tarot would want you to do, because you've walked away from something really hard and really, really impossible to get through for some people. And he's seeing you with the balance, seeing you coming up with some tasks in the future, some challenges in the future. That's going to be fine. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is you trusting your talent, you trusting the skills, and you trusting your work. Two of Cups, and yeah, so this is self-love. I don't think that's essentially like romance or love, because where you came from here, I think it's just learning to do that more, appreciating, progressing to that more. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It talked about how you did it. Very good. Yeah, sorry. Hello, Shock Nurse. I forgot to say hello. I was just wanting to finish up Andy's reading. Andy, I hope that makes sense for you. Congrats on your new job. That's huge. I hope you do well, and I hope you know that you are going to be good as long as you keep that work going through. I am going to take a quick break for like 5 minutes. I have to do some stuff with my family. Just really quickly, I'll be back. Shock Nurse and Eilina, I'll be back. So Eilina will do Shock Nurse first, because you've had a reading, Eilina. Shock Nurse, I would like you to choose. Oh, okay, that's fine, Eilina. That's all right. We'll do your reading next time then. Next week, same day, if you want. Yeah, that's fine. Shock Nurse, I do have to take a break. While I'm going to be taking a break, I would like you to choose between deck number 1, which is the Sun and Moon Tarot, deck number 2, which is the Rider-Waite, deck number 3, which is the Housewives, which you just saw. See, Eilina, catch me on my other streams if you'd like. So 1, 2, or 3, and then we'll do. Sorry, let's update the thing. Thinking deck number 2, perfect. We'll do the Rider-Waite. Very good deck, very classic deck. So now the next question for you to think about is, I would like you to think about whether you want a 5 spread or a 3 spread. 3 spread is past, present, and future. Oh, thank you for the follow, Andy. I'm really glad that the reading resonated with you, and I really hope for the best, man. I swear. It's just looking up. Just keep at it, keep the work, keep that self-love, and you're gonna be great. Sorry, nurse. So shock nurse, 1, 2. This is the 3 spread, and then the 5 spread is the one with you thinking, nothing. Okay, we'll do a 5 spread. All right. We will do you a 5 spread. I will come back in a second. Please enjoy the beats. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, I'll be back in a sec. BRB screen.
It seems we have a guest with an intriguing destiny. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
Hi team, sorry. I had to order food for my family because they can't figure out Uber Eats. Hi Charlie, Leo Charlie 777, Leo Charlie 007 Leo Charlie good luck. Hi. Did you like a reading? Sorry, very quick. We will be doing a reading for Shock Nurse first, but I can put you on the line if you would like. Let me know if you would like I think it might be the last reading after this, depending on how long the Shock Nurse's reading is. What's up, Sean? Just let me know and then I'll add you to the list. I don't do writings. I do readings. Lol. No, I know what you mean. Would you like one? Yeah. Would you like one? What happens if I take 2 readings in one day? I don't know actually. Thank you for the follow, Sean. I'll add you to the list. It looks like you want one. Sean. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Nikuichi. Hi, hello. Shock Nurse, welcome back. Okay, now that's a good way to let me know that you're here. All right, Niku, we'll add you. Nikuichi. Nick would like a reading. I mean writing. Lol. Guys, come on. Shock Nurse, let's do yours. Alright, so we have quite a bit of people lined up. I'm doing a 5 spread for Shock Nurse, but because I have to clock out at 6 because my brother starts his work. Oh my god, we're 2 followers away! We're 2 away! We're 2 away from being affiliate. We're 1 away from being affiliate. It just updated. Let it update again. Sorry. Shock Nurse, if you're here, we're going to do your 5 spread. Everyone else, Charlie, Sean, and Niku, we are going to get you a 3 spread. Sorry, it's just timing wise. I'm sorry to disappoint. I also just did not know I was going to get interrupted like that. But nonetheless, we go, we move, we hear. If anyone has any specific questions for the readings, let me know. After this reading, I would let you guys... we would all love a nice spread, wouldn't we? Lovers in the past. There's a lot of love here. This is going to be 5 cards. Because Shock Nurse was here earlier and I promised them a 5-card spread. It's just in the interest of time for me. Because I don't want to get in the way of my brother's job. I am here every Thursday New Zealand time from 3 to 6. There is a schedule at the bottom of my streams. There's a schedule at the bottom of my streams for you guys to see, so it can get you on your time zones, etc. Is it really 1 more left? That's amazing. I'm so stoked. 1 more. 1 more. Shock Nurse, your thing is looking pretty good. I'm not sure about the 9 of Swords in reverse. Apologies for hitting the mic there, team. But not a lot of reversals either. They popped up pretty decently for you as well. So let's just, this is Rider Waite. Jumping between the decks is very hard for me, but I'm wanting to do it a lot better. Let's see. So you have the lovers. You have the lovers in the past. It talks about attraction, love, beauty, trials, trials overcome. So you've overcome some trials that got you towards the energy of the star, which talks about privation, abandonment, although another reading suggests hope, bright prospects in the future. I'm not sure if it's as positive a card as it is in the other deck, because once you pair that with the 9 of Swords, it talks about imprisonment, doubt, suspicion, reasonable fear, shame. You are thinking about the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration, partying. So, let's see. Interesting. Yeah. Conclusion of any matter, plenty, perfection, merriment, happiness, victory, fulfillment, solace, healing. And you seem to be ignoring the ace. The ace. Why are you ignoring the ace? Creation, invention, enterprise, powers in which results in new principal beginning, source, birth, family, origin, beginning of enterprises. Yeah. Account for money, food, inheritance. Interesting. 9. So, it's quite a heavy one. Or I don't know. I don't know if it is heavy, but I feel like there's some sort of like... So from the way that I would read it, right? Lovers in the past doesn't necessarily mean that love is in the past and it's gone, right? That's not what it means. Lovers in the past, I would feel, comes from like coming together of the past. So like you would have met someone, or you would have became friends with someone, or this could have been an inner thing for you that you figured out. So it was like coming together of some sort. And the star being the muted version of the sun, also talking about loss and prevention. I think there was some sort of falling out, not necessarily a breaking up of a situation, but like more like a disagreement, an argument, some sort of clash between you two. But I only say that because of the 9. So the 9 talks about being confused, being lost, imprisoning yourself, locking yourself away, and I don't feel like it's a thing that is going to happen. It's telling you that it might happen if you continue on with the negative thinking. So what's interesting with the star, right? The star gave you, or talks to you about, it could be positive or negative depending on the reading. So I think this is you. I think this is a challenge towards you with this relationship. Again, it could be just a friendship, it could be a family relationship, or it could be like a romantic relationship. But I think it's on you to decide what your perspective on the situation is. Because right now it's leading like it's negative, and it's going to lead you towards imprisoning yourself and holding yourself back. But because tarot is not set in stone, at least and from my perspective. Oh, also just a reminder, guys, I'm not a diviner. I am just practicing and trying to learn more about tarot, and this is my first time doing tarot for strangers, so this is me trying to get to know these cards a little better, get to know and be more confident with just understanding what I'm saying. I've always been haunted by wondering if I'll ever be good enough to make my father proud of me. Yeah, so that could be it, right? If it's like a confirmed thing that he hasn't said it to you, or like if it's a confirmed thing that he says he's not, then that's something that I can't really, like, I can't say anything that's gonna make you feel better. Like, it's just a thing that sucks. However, if it is a situation where he just hasn't said it yet and you want him to be set and want him to say it, you have the ability to change your perspective on the situation and not reach this imprisonment, not reach where this is coming, right? You can prevent this from happening. You have the agency to do so. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, you may never know, but that's something that you have the perspective to change. He may not have ever said it. He may not be able to say it now that he's passed, but there could be ways that sometimes you can get signs from just anywhere you see. If you want to believe that spirits can communicate with us, that can potentially happen. Go to the stream. Sean, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. Dude, we're 1 follow away from being affiliate, so thank you so much for taking the time, just lurking and chilling out. Hope you have a good time with the groceries. Happy level 1. But back to you, nurse, shock nurse. Like you're ignoring the fact that you can start this passionate new start that would have made him proud, or you can start this passionate start that would make you proud. Because you have the choice here. This is the star. The star for the Rider-Waite is the choice of the negative loss or the theft of losing something. So for you, maybe it could be losing the opportunity of your father to tell you that he's proud of you, but you have this ability now, you have this agency now, because in this present, you have that ability to make it something positive, to make it something productive, to make it something that you're going to be okay with and that you can live with, right? And not live with as in, oh, I have to live with this for the rest of my life. Live with proudly, okay? You can live with it with power, you can live with it and hold yourself up because of it. So you have this option. You have this option. You found some sort of love in you. You found some sort of thing that gotten you connected towards something, and now you have this split in the road in terms of your perception, where you can make the decision: do I want to go towards this route where I can just imprison myself and say that whatever I do isn't going to work, or will I be able to work for this other route where I can be passionate, I can hold strong, and I can move towards something better? Because if we're thinking about celebration, oh, what's up, Karu? How you been? But if you're thinking about celebration, coming together with people, maybe it's a good way to start talking about it to others. Maybe this is what's in your mind. You want to talk about it with others and figure it out, and maybe have them help you push towards the positive, because this is a very positive energy of community and enjoyment and celebration. So maybe it's not just you who's going to have to do this. Maybe you can ask the help of others to help you push towards it and get away from the imprisonment that might happen, right? So if you enlist the help of these people, you enlist the help of the love and the passion, you can move away from this, because this is where you're perceived to go. But I wasn't sure if I was something that would make me proud, even though it makes me happy. At this point, you're going to have to do things that make you happy. And I don't know your relationship with your father, but I would hope that your father was the type of man to appreciate someone who would stand strong in who they are and what they believe in and what they want to do. Right? But I don't know. I've never met you. I've never met your father. But I would hope that that's where it is, because if that's where it is, then doing streaming, pursuing something that you love, pursuing something the right way, and pursuing something in a way that is going to make you, live properly. Like, you have to do it. You have to do it the safe way, right? You can't just quit everything and go into streaming. You have to take the process and steps and still work a job to make money and still work a job to make sure you're not losing everything. So that's what I feel for this, is that it's very challenging at this point at your life, but you have friends around you. You have friends around you, or you're thinking about the friends in the community around you. So might as well start it up again. Might as well start that community. Might as well go towards them and ask them for help, because you don't have to go down this route. This route is here, sure, yes, but I have full faith in you that you can get out of this potential route and that you can move past it. It just depends on what you want to do with the star energy. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to see it as a positive reading, or if you want to see this as the heavy reading that it is. Because you have these things in the past, you have these things that you're not thinking about, you have these things you are thinking about that can help you move past it. Right? And it's tarot. Like, it's not set in stone. You have the power and you have the energy to it. And that goes for everyone who's here. Y'all have the agency, y'all have the right. You can do and push through it, okay? That was heavy, but that was good. I like readings that tell you that you have the opportunity still, instead of saying that this is gonna happen, I don't like those types of readings where it's like, oh, this is gonna happen, you're gone, you're gonna go away, it's fine. Rollicaholic, is that how you say it? Sorry. Thank you so much for the follow. I think that's the 50th. I think we made it. Did we make it? Just Rollick. Yeah, but the aholic part is really clever. So I don't want to disrespect your name. This makes a lot of sense, and I feel like this is something that I need to hear. Thank you so much. Hey, no, I really appreciate it. Thank you for being a good support about the reading, and thank you for, projecting as well. Projecting helps a lot of readers to help clarify a message, or at least from my way, help you figure out what's going on in your head. Because again, I'm not a diviner. I only help with perspectives and whatnot. Alright, we have less than 15 minutes, and I gotta get through 3 readings. And there we go. Could it be added to the queue if it isn't too late? Oops, sorry. Yeah. Oh my god, it actually says 50. That's so cool. Rollick, if you are interested in readings, I can do one on my next stream if you're there. I normally stream from 3 to 6 p.m. in New Zealand. But I stream every Thursday in New Zealand, tarot stream specifically, if you want to come in for that. So definitely come by. I will do you a free reading. I'm not that big yet, so I have time. That's the thing. I have time, so we're gonna be chill. But I really appreciate the follow. I hope to see you back for it, because that's loud. That's gonna be loud for you. That's gonna be loud for you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I would hope to see you back again. Okay. So I'm sorry. I got a clock hard 6. But Shock Nurse, yeah, I hope that reading went well. I really hope for the best for you, and you can do this. Charlie, yes, you are next. We're gonna hit you up with the Housewives Tarot. Is that alright? 3 cards, past, present, future, Housewives Tarot. We'll see how you're going. We'll see what life is wanting to tell you. Thanks again. No, man. Thank you for letting me do your reading. King of Wands in the past. King of Wands is passion. This dude's also smug as hell. Look at him. He made this crazy looking gadget that holds a myriad of cleaning products. It's really cool. It's really cool to see. That's the height of passion. King of Wands is the passionate suit in the tarot. So it talks about being the top of it. 2 of Cups coming together. This is very love. This is very love, 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 love. So if you want to know about love, that's the one. So, oh, and how? What's wrong? What is up today with y'all? What are y'all's energies right now? What is happening? What is this? This came out at the same time in the reading before my break. So Charlie, whatever it is, get ready. Get ready. Also, for anyone that's curious, if you've missed your reading or if you're gonna have to leave while the reading's happening, know that I post this up on YouTube afterwards. The link is somewhere on my channel, but it's just Paper Penguin 17 on YouTube as well. So don't worry. Okay, Charlie. There is a lot of love. So here's the fun part. If that's true, that you have no crush or someone special, know that love doesn't necessarily come specifically for romance. It can be self-love. It can be loving your friends even more. Or it can also just be family or having a love for life. Like, love is very general in tarot, and we read with what your situation is, and we read with what the context is. So there's charisma invented as an encouragement here. So I feel like there was a beginning of something passionate, or like the peak of something passionate. Yeah, maybe love is coming for you. Sean might be right. Like, it could be there for you. It talks about it's charismatic and inventive. Yep. Sorry, team. That was more family. Well, if you are shy and alone, or maybe if you don't have something, or if you're afraid of love coming towards you, maybe it could be a challenge from the tarot that talks about you trying to go for it, or maybe considering it. I'm not gonna tell you that you have to do that. This is on you, right? This is on you to make the decision for yourself if you want to make the decision. Sorry, that's the beginning of the persona stuff. So yeah, King of Wands, charisma invented as an encouragement. 2 of Cups, union, balance, and harmony. And then we go towards the Lovers. Where is it? Which talks about romance, infatuation, and sex, right? So, honestly, I feel like there was this peak for you where you found yourself in the past, like, super passionate and super ready for something. right? And you've moved towards it, and it's growing and it's increasing in a very nice way. You might be either meeting someone and or you've met someone that has helped you come about that way. Like maybe someone has had, like, someone close to you has feelings for you, but you don't know that. Maybe it was your charisma that drew them closer. Maybe it was your charisma that brought them towards you and has brought them around you in your life. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be just a friend that came through recently or constantly now that you're like your connection with them is a lot stronger, it's a lot nicer, or you're preparing yourself for this connection, or it's starting to come into your head that these things are happening. Maybe that's what the tarot is asking you to do. Start considering it. I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're afraid of it, or maybe it's just not good for you, or you haven't been there yet, but it's just something that's going to come through at some point. And then the Lovers is just a potential for the future for you to have, right? The Lovers talks about potential loves that you can have, because I feel like if this was your energy, holding the passion, holding the charisma, holding just the smugness, and knowing that you have worked for it and you have all these amazing tools at your disposal, coming into contact with someone else might be the best thing for you, because you might feel that you might feel that you are in the best place to do that, which is great, because then it could always turn into love. And love doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be very great friends. It could be strengthening a love between, like, a family member of yours. It could just be a love for yourself. So whatever it is, grab back this energy, link back to this one, know that it's there for you, know that you are charismatic and you've built up this amazing stuff, and that it's safe to pursue love. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what this reading is trying to say. You have the equipment for it. You are ready for it. Just don't be afraid of it. It's safe for you to do so. But again, with the caveat of you doing it, approaching it the way that you want to, and the way that you see is a safe way to do it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm sorry these are going to be rushed, guys. I will do what I can during the time that I have. But thank you so much for following, and thank you so much for letting me do your reading. I love that. Like, it's hard. It's really fun sometimes for tarot, because the cards could just tell you to start thinking about something else, because you could be focused too much on school or at work, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm now gonna, like, be a little more open to love instead of, like, shutting it down more often than I used to. All right, Sean, let's do you now. Your reading. Wink. JK. Yeah, Charlie, I hope that makes sense for you. 5 of Cups. Page of Wands. So, Sean, I think I'm gonna like having you around. Yeah, exactly, Shockness. Like, the reassurance about it and making you feel like it's safe to do so is nice, because sometimes you want an energy to let you do it, and sometimes you just need some random message to actually make you pursue it. So, in your past, is this you? Sean? What? It's back. Wow. Okay, I need to read up on the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is imagination, fun, loving, creativity. The 5 of Cups is about losing something and not being sure about it. Yeah, Nico, you're going to be the last one for the day, if that's okay. Also, Karu, I'm sorry I couldn't do your reading. I have to see you next week or something. I might go on stream tomorrow or Saturday, but we'll see. I'm really sorry, guys. Strict timings. So 5 of Cups is losing something. Like, essentially, like, crying over spilt milk, basically. And that happened to you in the past. And it's not a fun thing to experience, because you would want to have all of your things in your cups. You would want to have everything controlled and around you. But losing your martinis, for example, here, you spilled 3 cups. 3 cups of martinis are spilled. It doesn't mean you've lost everything. You still have things around you. So there was things that got cut from your life, and it was kind of messy. That's what it's kind of reading through. Then you have the Page of Wands, which is imagination, fun, loving, creativity. So I feel like you are in that journey again. That you're starting this new passionate journey where everything is fun, everything is like, there has a lot of potential to this, It's like you're being creative with what you have now, and you're done thinking about what you lost. So whatever it is that you lost, whether it was like an opportunity, whether you failed a thing, you have new opportunities now to transition into this King of Wands. So this is wands, it's passion, right? It's things you care about a lot. So maybe whatever it is that you are invested in, you're starting to get more invested now. You're starting to jump into it now, and you're starting to feel like there's an opportunity now to put what I can into this in order to transition myself into the King of Wands in the future. I don't know how long into the future or how far into the future this is going to be. However, it's going to be a lot better from here. Like, I feel like you went from losing things to making the most of things to then figuring out, I have so many things. And things not necessarily mean like physical objects. It could be what do you call it, like personal attributes that you've grown and carried through. It could be relationships, like you've lost a couple of relationships here, a couple cups, couple of emotions, but with the ones around you you've developed from, or with the ones that you have around you, you figured out that new relationships have to start somewhere and can end somewhere and can develop into something amazing. Right? So the challenge for the tarot, or at least the tarot wants you to know, is that with whatever you're doing, with what you have, even though if you felt like you've lost a lot, you have very good opportunity, you have very good leeway into developing into a king and getting to the peak of whatever it is you're going for. So the peak of your passion, the peak of your love, that's what you can get through. If they put me here, should we hit you up on Discord? Lol. Maybe this is the opportunity. Maybe you're making what you gotta do and it's gonna turn into you that gets into Charlie's reading. I'm kidding. Let's not do that. We're not gonna... Sean, stop. Okay, but I hope that makes sense though. Because once you lose some things that, you know, felt normal to you, once you've lost a couple of things that you don't really know about, and then you've had to make adjustments, and knowing that you can make those adjustments really puts you in a powerful place, because whatever troubles comes next, you can just, you know you're well equipped for it. You know what I'm saying? So figure out what that is in your life and see if you can apply that into your life, but just make sure that you know that you can get through losing things and that you have stuff for it. Yeah, so like there's always like it's asking you to look at the silver lining, and you taking that goddamn silver lining and making it a dope ass chain to wrap around your neck to show that you have progressed through things. I don't know where that came from. That was very intense just now. Yeah. Again, I'm very sorry it's rushed, but we gotta get through. Discord's on time. Maybe. But I appreciate you guys joining the Discord. I appreciate you guys coming through. I mean, definitely feel free to talk about it in the tarot portion of the Discord, because I have that there for people who want to talk about their readings and whatnot. Lol, Charlie. For real, guys, thank you so much for joining in the Discord and coming through. Niku, are you still here? Nikuichi? Let's do your reading. Last and final reading of the day. We're gonna do you 3 cards, same deck. Let's see if the same cards pop up. So just to let you guys know, I like to stream story games. I'm going to be doing Franbo for Halloween next. I do tarot readings every Thursday New Zealand time from 3 to 6. Sometimes 4 to 6, depending on if I have time. I have to end at 6 because my brother works from that time onwards, so I gotta respect that. Gotta respect the room. I don't know if he's working today. Thanks, man. Or girl, or lady, or people. Sorry, I don't know genders when they're in their chat. It confuses me, and I don't want to be disrespectful. All right, Niku, let's see what they want. Let's see what they want. Let's see what they want. You are a guy, but it's now safe for you to go into love. Remember that. Sorry, I just needed to reinforce the readings. Come on. Reading for Niku. 3 cards for Niku. What do you want to say Niku, or challenge Niku to do, or let Niku know that he or she or they have to do or think about? But yeah, while we're here, I really appreciate you guys for being here, staying with the readings, being patient through the BRB screen, following, and just letting me practice tarot, because I have not had this opportunity before, and I really like how with this practice I legitimately feel like I'm getting more fluent in the way that I would read tarot. I'm reading less the book and just going with whatever is coming through, and I think I'm reading the energies a lot better. Guys, what is this? Guys, what is this? Why? It's there again. Niku? Sean? Charlie? Why? Again, peak passion, peak charisma. But it's in the past, so this time you've... Oh, this became accidental 5 cards. Alright, Niku, get ready. Niku, get ready. It popped out as 3. I'm gonna have to do it. Instinct, intuition, dreams. I'm actually curious what the star is for this one. Admiration, limelight, and success. Knight of Wands. Exuberance, mischief, loyalty. Okay, so here's the deal. Charisma, power, energy, passion. You know the works. We've been talking about this card this whole day. You are equipped for it. You are ready for it. You are going to get it. Whatever it is, you're going to pursue this passion of yours full fold because you feel like you're very equipped. So my question to you is, why are you holding it back? You're holding a bunch of things back and hoarding a bunch of things. This is what the Four of Pentacles is. They're holding essentially their cards. In this case, they're holding fine china, as in like the plates, the really fancy plates, and they're not wanting to let it go or release, and they're holding very tightly. But, you know, she's a cabinet. If she falls over, the plates fall over. So holding on too tight might not be the best thing for you. I think you have to share whatever it is you're passionate about. I think you have to share whatever it is you're working on. And not share as in like tell everyone about it all the time, or like tell everyone what it is. Like, be honest with what it is. Because if you have this power and if you have this, it can literally tell you that you are essentially equipped for it and you're good for it. Like you are talented enough for it, and you've worked for it. So if people ask you whatever this is, whatever your passion is, or whatever you're working on, be honest. Tell them if it's going good, it's going good. Tell them if you are a good person, you are a good person. Don't lie, don't dance around it, don't hide it, because you gotta show them. You gotta be honest with them, because then they'll fully go on with it and they'll fully take it through. So that's past present, right? You have the tools. You're kind of scared of using them. You're kind of scared of showing it. Don't be afraid. Those tools are there for you to help you, right? And then the moon talks about instinct, intuition, and dreams. So if it's progressing into dreams, you have these tools to at least attempt approaching your dream and trying to reach that dream, right? Again, instinct, intuition. Don't feel so scared of others. Don't feel so afraid and not having to hold it back. You can progress through it and you can actually get it. Just be aware of what you have. Be aware that you are capable. In your mind, you're thinking about the Star card, which talks about admiration, limelight, and success. So you want the success. You want to achieve it and you want to push forward for it. It's just that you're holding yourself back. Maybe it's self-doubt. And obviously it's going to come from a place where it was legit, where some people doubted you and it failed, and then now you don't want to share or push yourself through. That's okay. Like, it's going to take some time to work through that, but I want you to start working on that, because you have the tools for it. I'm going to keep saying that. You have the tools. And you can approach this dream. Sure, it's just a sleepy time dream, but you can make it real. Finally, you have imagination, fun, loving, and creativity. Sorry, night, not page. Exuberance, mischief, and loyalty. So this being in the position of where you're ignoring or what you're not thinking about excuse me, sorry. very unprofessional. You gotta stay loyal to what it is you're passionate about. You gotta stay loyal and true. You can't keep running away from it. You can't keep showing people that it's just a little side thing or don't really care. It matters to you, so you should keep going for it. And okay, again, for everyone, this is not me saying drop your entire life and go pursue your dream. It's saying continue on with your life and make sure you're living and you're making money and you're, you know, supporting yourself. But take the steps in your free time. Take the steps when you have an opportunity to do so to approach that dream. Whatever it is. It could be as big as wanting to be like a movie star. Start small, go to acting classes, go to improv classes, go start at shows and go make movies by yourself at home or find some friends who are doing it. Take the time to do it. Don't be irresponsible. Don't just drop everything and leave. Be responsible, guys, please. I swear, like, please. With these readings, I want you to know that I'm just giving you a message that cards have popped up on at a random. It's your choice to pursue it. It's your choice to go through with it, and it's your responsibility for whatever happens. Like, I'm not saying that it's just like a legal thing, which is a legal thing, but you know, I'm not gonna be able to tell you guys what to do all the time, you know. So just know that you guys have the power to change your own lives. You have the power to push through towards good steps. What's up, Golden Pants? Sorry, Golden Pants. It's going good. We're doing our final reading for the night. I'm very sorry if you wanted one. If you would like to just drop a follow or come back next week Thursday from 3 to 6 New Zealand time, I'll be happy to do you a free reading. But Niku, don't hold back, especially if it's something you care about. Don't hold back, especially if it's something that matters to you. And don't hold back anymore. Like, you also don't have to like explode and, you know, sing and dance and tell everyone. Just start doing it and start feeling confident that you can do it, or that you're working towards whatever it is, whatever passionate thing this is. That was strong because it just popped up. Like, these three popped up, like it wanted all of them to come through. So I don't know what it is. Don't be afraid. Like, I'm gonna tell you a thing now. I was extremely worried and afraid and anxious about doing the stream today because I shared it for the first time on my socials, and they're all private, so it was just friends and family. But like, I was so nervous to just put it out there that I was starting streaming because of potential ridicule and what people would say. But I love doing this. This is a very fun side gig for me. I'm gonna continue doing this, and it makes it's just fun. And I didn't yell it out to the world. I just made 2 quiet posts about it. And I've been, you know, talking about it in conversation with friends. So it was worried, but I was afraid, but I'm still pursuing it now, right? So for Niku, I want you to talk through, and I want you to just try, please, because it's something you care about. Whatever it is you care about, try. Because at least, you know, if you failed, then at least you tried. I used to be a professional wrestler as well, so, and that one failed, but I don't regret trying, and I don't regret failing. I am stoked that I did it. So whatever it is you're afraid of, Niku, whatever it is you're trying to hold back, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. But that's gonna be it for the stream, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Sean, Nurse, Charlie, Niku, good little group to end the stream on. You guys have been very nice to each other, very open to the chats, and legit, like, thanks for that. Would you guys be okay with a raid if we went to another tarot streamer? Because I feel like that would be a good thing to do. I'd like to send... excuse me. Oh, big burps. I'd like to send the love elsewhere. So, Purple Moon X, what are you doing? Oh, offline, dang. You know what? I don't have the time. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. I'll let you know next time. So a raid means we can send the entire chat into another stream and give them all of our viewers. I'm finishing up.
Okay.
but I don't have the time to look, and I want to make sure we get sent to the right people. So I'm just gonna say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's jump into the jazz chatting screen. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for coming to stream. Thank you for joining my Discord. I'll see you guys there. We're gonna be playing games in the next stream. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. All right. Thanks, guys. Goodbye. Have a good night. Be safe. Be responsible.